Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by
the Bart Merrick team. It's Bart Merrick, Crystal Van. If you're looking to buy or sell your house, you got to use them.
Yeah, use the best. Use the most experienced. Use the folks that know what they're doing.
Their cell phone numbers are both on barttherealtor.com. And we have a listener that bought or sold their house with Bart and Crystal.
Right?
Like, yeah. We've had Archie on before.
What are these called? In the law enforcement world, you're called a repeat offender.
How you doing, Archie?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for the time.
Now, Archie, I remember the last time we talked to you, you mentioned your wife was, a little apprehensive with using Bart or Crystal.
Touch skeptical. And I think that was our doing. I feel like that had very little to do with Crystal and Bart, a lot to do with Tom and Dan, I feel like.
I talked to someone. I found out we have a reputation around town of,
disorganized trash.
Yeah. And then our listener. Apparently, it's more of our listeners. I thought John the Barber was telling me.
We're not even there. Yeah, John told me that too. John was like, some lady was like,
I defended you.
Yeah, BDMs, who are these people? I don't like these listeners are horrible people. And I'm like, wait a minute, they're not that bad.
It's like kind of on the Venn diagram of juggalos.
Yeah, it's very juggy.
But that's just for perception. It's not real.
No.
It's not real at all.
Like, we don't paint our faces. We just make the same bad decision.
All of our listeners are awesome people that are...
well, that's not what John the Barber said that lady said. He said she said they were horrible.
You know what? Not all of our listeners.
There are some bad ones.
Yeah.
Archie's not one of those bad ones. Archie's one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's probably only
I'm a good one.
Archie, thank you, Archie. You know you're one of the good ones, right?
Sorry, Archie.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so...
no, it's sorry, Charlie. That's the tuna ad.
So, Archie, this is the second time you've used Bart and Crystal, right?
Yeah, the first time, my wife was kind of not into it, but she tested them over and over again. And then this time, it was actually her idea, but we got to call up Bart. So
that's awesome,
a testament to his work.
Look at that. One more juggalo in the group.
But this time, was it as good as last time? Because I don't know, but it seems like...
Or did it slip a little bit?
It seems like my wife, I don't know how hard she's been working.
Yeah, the last time we didn't have Crystal on the team, but this time she was, and she was a huge, huge help. You could definitely tell, it was a lot more help.
Beautiful, too.
Yeah. This situation was a little bit different.
Beautiful. Easy
and we had to do it quick because we had to sell my mom's house.
Yeah.
But he was able to help us out to get, the will in place and everything. Even though that's not his job, he was able to point us there.
Oh, my God.
So.
Well, here's the thing about Bart. I'll say
He's going into your safe and getting your will.
No, but Bart did the same thing. Here's the thing about Bart. Bart and
beyond.
Crystal did the same thing when they helped me sell my mom. My mom passed, and then they had to sell the house.
Yeah.
Bart is a very, very intelligent man, and he's been doing this a long time. The two of them will cover all bases, all details handled.
Yeah.
That's the way they do it.
And they have the experience they've done all types of different transactions.
They're not idiots. That's their slogan.
And they will go above and beyond and help you with the transaction, no matter what it is. It encompasses a lot, so all the details, they've probably been through it because of their experience.
Multiple times.
And that's where you're getting with the Bart Merrick team. Well, Archie, we really appreciate you using Bart and Crystal again. And if you want to come in and watch the show again,
yeah, man, come on.
I don't know if did you ever do it the first time? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did it before you went to this new studio that you're at now.
Oh, the old school.
Come to the new studio, man.
Yeah. Well, come to the new studio.
That was like 7 years ago.
Send us an email, and you're welcome, Archie.
I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Have a great weekend, okay?
You too.
See you, man.
It's the Bart Merrick team, barttherealtor.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday Free Show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another Friday Free Show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is at Fest. She is getting some punk rock directly into her ear holes, but she will be back on Tuesday. But picking up some slack, bringing a third mic to the program. We love this man. We don't get to see him as often as we used to.
Yeah, I got a real job now.
Yeah, he's got a real job now. He's all
If you
over
consider
the
it a real job,
okay. Already fighting.
No, I'm just saying, like, none of us here even have real jobs.
No, because you two do this all day. I have a real job. I go to the office. I dress up. I go to the office. I do things. I make things happen.
Yeah, but
you sit around and chit-chat all day.
No, a real job.
Of course you don't have a real job.
It's like concrete mic. You get up at 4:30. You show up.
Somebody has to supervise those people. That's what I do. They can't do that job on their own.
Yeah, well, you're not sitting in the truck. You're doing your videos and other stuff.
No, I supervise the videos now. I don't even do the videos.
Going off my second.
What is happening?
Oh, is it? That's my tile. That's my tile. Sorry.
What is tile? What is a tile?
It's so when I lose my wallet, I can hit a button and I can find my wallet.
Did you lose your wallet?
No, I sat on my wallet funny. And so
Hold on, do you have like a GPS tile in your wallet?
You need that.
Keys, wallet, remote.
You need that. Dude, you need a tile.
No, after the years of, well, I guess
you lost your wallet a lot. Dude, but you just borrowed my card.
Every time I do it, it trains me to get a little bit better. If I get the tile, then I'm not even. That's my safety net.
When do you get better?
Yeah, I work smarter, not harder.
waiting for better.
So
hey, we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. We love the fact that you guys can join us on the live stream. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, it would benefit us greatly if you would do so.
Okay, a couple things. A new version of our app is out, thanks to Matthew.
Sorry, you look at me. You had a fist.
Oh, what are you talking about? We got to get through these things. So look in your app store and get the new version of the app, or get the app if you haven't had it.
Yeah, I would either update, or if you have an issue, if it's not working, delete the app fully from your phone and then just re-download it, and that'll work perfectly. I guarantee it.
Also, the Solar Bears are back.
Game tonight.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man.
I'll be there.
And so I know Mo DeWitt's a big sponsor of the Solar Bears now.
Yep, we got our name on the ice.
Yep,
dude, it was fun. And then they had a dance-off contest, and then they had Mo faces, and they had like Big Black Mamas dancing, and the Mo face was dancing, and everybody's putting their hands up, and it was awesome.
Listen, I had a meeting with them last year to find out what the ice price was.
It is not a nice price.
Yeah, because I was like, I want a mediocre time with Tom and Dan under the ice.
The whole ring.
Both sides.
I'm sure they gave you a number like, if we just give him a high number, there's no way he's going to do it. Tell him it's $1 million.
It was a lot.
But it was more than we could afford.
Absolutely more than we could afford.
What was the number they could have said that you would have done?
You want me to write it on a piece of paper?
No, I want you to say it out loud.
15,000.
Really? Would you have done it for 15? Maybe.
It depends.
Are we
do I get a VIP box? Do I get to come down and flip the coin or whatever?
You know what else they had?
On the red carpet?
You know what they had that was impressive?
Walk out onto the red carpet.
No, the best one that they had is in, like, when the Mo faces were dancing in the sections, they had shades dancing along.
Wow. I feel like you'd be the person that fell on the ice, even though they had that red carpet out there.
You have fallen on the ice before.
You know what? I feel
those flip-flops don't do well on ice.
You're being bullied already.
I know.
Like 5 minutes into the show, you're already being bullied.
And now it's screwing me with my head.
Yeah. You were in such a great mood before Bus got here.
All your other guests are so nice. They're happy to be here.
Now
Bus doesn't put up with your shit.
Mustecker works with Mo, and Mo's a very good client of ours. So I can't be as mean as I want to be.
Well, you can. It just could affect other things.
So that's what I'm saying.
No. What you said was inaccurate. You can be as mean as you want to be to Live Tom, but you don't. It could affect things.
Yeah, because after I get off the show, I could be like, Mo, I just don't think that sponsorship's working.
Yeah,
with
he
Tom
could do that. And trust me, I bet he said that before. I bet he said that before.
How much money are we spending on that a month? I think we could put that to better use.
Hold on.
You're fizzing his teeth up.
Also,
crazy.
Mo listens.
I think he has his kids in private school. He can send them to public school.
That is not true. In fact,
absolutely not true.
I thought they went to that like Christian school.
No.
They don't go there no
and
more?
by Christian, you mean Castleberry regular.
Oh, don't send them there.
Yeah.
When my kids get to school, they put a slingshot in their back pocket.
they go to Springfield Elementary and they
I'm just saying, they're like, this, you'll need this. Anyway,
protect yourself.
So, and also the History Center, they do their trick-or-treat safe zone every year. It's happening this weekend. So if you're looking for something to bring, especially the smaller kids, to one place to get all the candy, and they have a ton of stuff going on.
If you got a toddler or somebody that's teeter-totting around, it's perfect. They partner with the library, and it is absolutely one of the best Halloween events that you could do for little kiddos.
So, John, you brought us Moe's Jury Juice.
Moe's Jury Juice, lager.
Yes.
Right.
And so
Ooh, man.
Tell me about this.
It is the official beer of Just Call Mo and the DeWitt Law Firm.
All right.
How do you get away with that?
Brewed locally by Hourglass Brewing.
That is very
Yes,
good.
I heard about this when
Holy
this was
smokes.
happening. I was very excited. You went through Hourglass because they make delicious beer.
Yeah.
And where can we get this?
So right now, only available at our office. We're not allowed to sell it because I think of alcohol rules in Florida. But
well, you can sell it. I mean, who would know?
Wait,
The alcohol
what
police?
if we sold it?
I don't think so. Basically we give it away. It's
okay.
more of a promotional thing.
okay.
So
All right.
if you're a client or former client, generally we'll give it to you when you come into the office, whether to pick up a check or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we'll just drink it on the job.
but you know what?
Mo, I'm having a jury juice.
You know what? People to show up at the DeWitt Law Firm and then be like, I'm here for some beer.
I'm a former client. I'd like some beer.
I do say if somebody's willing to make the drive to downtown Orlando and park at our parking lot and walk up and I'll give them some free stuff.
There you go.
I'm happy to do that.
What, they're just supposed to ask the receptionist at the front desk?
I'm usually there.
But you're the receptionist?
No.
But you got an office in the back, right?
I do.
I knew you were the receptionist. That's what Forrest told us when he showed up here early one day.
But I'm happy to give people free stuff. I mean, if they come by the office, I'll give them a T-shirt.
You're really good. I gave you a compliment at the Solar Bears game, and this ties in. And this is something that I do that you hate.
Oh.
This man was single-handedly chirp-tastic at the Solar Bears game. I've never seen. You could call my wife Andrea to back me up. I came up to him. I said it to his face. I go, "Yo, I am not kidding. I don't want you to think that this is some sort of goof." I said, "You're fucking killing it right." He was like, every kid was walking by me going, "Just call Mo." He was like, "Mo." They were yelling. They had the shirt. He was chirping people, pointing at this one person.
I was like, "You need a koozie. You need a koozie."
He was killing it,
sir.
dude.
Sir,
absolutely.
You can't hold that beer with your hand. It's
I've
too
never
cold.
seen someone chirp like that before. He was the Chirptopia.
Yeah, but when John
put me at a carnival.
It was really impressive, man.
Well, thank you.
And I also told him, though, but as a man that, what we were talking about, how many years I got in this? 31? Almost 31 years of chirping.
That's a long time.
I told he will stop doing that after about 12. You'll get about 12 of those under your belt, and then it becomes very tiring.
So, speaking of working with Mo, I've been following, I follow you on Facebook and your Instagram, and I saw that you went on a long European vacation.
I did, yeah.
Now, which I thought was odd because you just got this job with Mo, and then immediately, a month and a half later, 2 week European vacation.
My dad always told me that was the worst business for him ever. He'd be like, "Excuse me, I know I just started, but I'm going to need 4 weeks off, sir."
So first off, I've worked for Mo for 8 months. I started back in March.
Oh my God.
Back in March.
My God.
Vacation was planned way before that, almost a year and a half out.
Oh, yeah, that's what they all say.
You got to cancel that.
I can't. I already paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, you got to cancel it for your new employer.
Yeah, when you get a new job, you're like, I can't go on a week.
Yeah, what does that say about my work?
This is why I don't work at T&D Media.
You had to feel a little bad when you told Mo, hey, I'm going to be off for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Rest assured that anybody that takes time off from this show, we talk cash shit about you when you're gone.
Like Sam.
And
I didn't say that.
And I did throw in some passive aggressive comments when I was emailing Mo. I was like, here's some wristbands for a Bad Business Beer Fest.
If I ever see Buster again.
I was like, I guess I got to go through you now since Mo's in Sweden or whatever the fuck he's got, and he's getting European time. I don't even know if he's going to get this email to approve this proof.
Yeah.
So now you have to do John's job.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah,
wow, you took it far.
Yeah. And then he's like, use whatever you want.
Actually, Immediately he said, "Who is this?"
He's like, "Why are you bothering me?" Little detail, I don't care about. Anyway, so Mo, I'm working.
That's all right. I have a shirt that says Mo. It's fine. It's fine.
So, how was your trip?
It was good. It was good. I didn't go to Sweden. I actually went from Amsterdam to Switzerland. Oh,
Yep.
thanks. Amsterdam to Switzerland.
Tom's throwing shit at
I was on a Viking River cruise.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Don't know if you've ever seen their ads on PBS.
I have. Yeah. I have. My wife worked for PBS, and every time I would see one, because I am old in the mind, as they say, I would be like, "Oh, I want to do that so bad."
Yeah.
Yeah. So you seem a little young for a Viking.
I was.
Okay, all right.
Most
So wait.
Vikings are in their 80s.
So this was actually a trip with my wife and like her side of the family, who was mostly older. They're like her aunts and uncles.
Okay.
And so they all wanted to go. So we're like, oh, we'll go too. And so my mom went and my mother-in-law went. So it was an older
That's
crowd.
neat, though, man. That's
And
cool.
there was like 12 of us, and we were by far the youngest people on the entire boat by 30 years.
Whoa, my God. Did you get anybody saying that? Did you have any old people that would come up to you and be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
No, but I mean, it was obvious.
I've had a similar cruise experience when I went with my pop-up, me and Crystal, way before the kids, to Alaska.
Sure.
Because Alaska has the same stereotype of everybody on the boat is older,
Well,
which is exactly true.
Alaska is what you see before you die.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Isn't that where the number
so
one?
is Europe, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just older.
So is Moab. I see a lot of old
Demographic.
people. You know what? Because we've been talking about it.
Where's your mustache at?
My whole Facebook feed is Delicate Arch now. It's everybody. You know Nate? Remember Nate that used to take photos for us?
Yeah.
Him at Delicate Arch. Like, the algorithm knows you went. We talked about it, and then it's like, here, I'm going to show Dan everybody that goes to the Moab. It's crazy. I hate that.
So, you fly into where?
So we flew from Orlando to New York, and then New York to Amsterdam, and then we were in Amsterdam for like 2 days before the actual cruise left. So we like walked around Amsterdam, did stuff in Amsterdam.
Did you get some weed, bro?
You gotta smoke weed with all the old
No,
Did you suggest it?
The last time I was in Amsterdam, I did, but that was like 15 years ago.
Did they even want to? None of them said.
My mom and my mother-in-law, did they want to go smoke pot?
Like,
No.
my mom would have said, I think if my mom had been there, she would have said, well, while I'm here, I'll at least, partake a teeny tiny, just a taste.
It is a very dated thing to even think of Amsterdam as like, there's weed there.
I'm going to the cannabis company.
It's like there's a weed store on every other block here. It's like you can get your license.
When I was in college, it wasn't like that. Like, I mean, Amsterdam was like the only place that you could kind of go and, legally smoke pot somewhere and just sort of sit there.
Key West to BTM in our Twitch chat room says, I smoked weed with my mom in Amsterdam. Like, I think a lot of people have done that.
Well, my mom's a little different than that.
No, I'm right there with you, dude. I say that maybe after Dad passed away, but my parents were not pot people. They're not, they barely were. My dad would get drunk. That's about it.
Oh, I've done weed with my mom.
I've done weed with your mom.
In fact, most of the time, me and my mom are together. We're high.
I've been in the pool smoking weed with your mom.
We're both high, talking to each other.
Can I talk about that?
Endlessly talking to each other in a loop.
That's fine, right? I'm smoking weed. Your mom's telling me how you don't listen to her, and I'm like, I know he doesn't listen to me either.
So you start off in Amsterdam.
Start in Amsterdam. Was there for a few days, and then you get on the boat, and then you just sort of go down the Rhine River to different parts through Europe.
Did you hit up the Penis Museum?
I've actually been to the Sex Museum in Amsterdam. Not this time.
That's with the Penis Garden, right?
Yeah,
you take your mom to the Penis Garden, or take your wife's mom to the Penis Garden and show her all they got statues and stuff. It's very artistic.
So I would joke about that when we were in Amsterdam. Be like, do you guys want to go there? You want? They're like,
see,
no,
Bus
we don't
is
wanna
more
see
like
that.
me. That's why I love
know
it
they
so
ain't
much.
gonna want to do it, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
We did walk through the red light district at like 9:00 at night, which was a eye-opening experience for them.
Were there titties out and stuff? Like,
no, I mean they're not naked, but they're in the windows, basically
in lingerie,
naked.
right?
Yeah.
And they're in the window, and if you see something you like, you go and you like
Yeah.
you
It's
buy
all-
the
it's all
the
legal.
sex
you,
Yeah.
you buy their company.
Yeah,
for
it's
the
all
time.
legal there.
Yeah. Do they look good though? And
Yeah, there's attractive
like
ones.
top tier.
I mean, I wasn't staring at them with my mom, my wife, and my mother-in-law right next
about
to me.
any-
But,
how about
I'm
any-
doing the side-eye thing.
How about any BBWs?
I'm sure. I didn't look that hard.
I'm going through a phase.
Yeah.
I'm in a larger phase
They
right
don't
now.
put those in the window.
I'm in that phase right now.
yeah, yeah.
I love me a BBW.
So
Oh, that's why I made this earlier the week.
You made that? It's just Onyx.
No, it's me saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
what does Onyx mean by let the boys be? Is it like let them
slap their ass?
yeah, they're sort of like. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a thing.
what are they doing? You need to let them do. Anyway,
It's just locker
So yeah,
room.
start in Amsterdam, and then we made our way down the river, the Rhine River, and then there's like small cities along the way that you probably normally wouldn't stop at if you're traveling in Europe, just because they're not like Paris and Amsterdam. They're smaller towns along the river.
what's the boat like?
It's a smaller cruise ship, so I think there's like 300 people that can fit on
But
it.
isn't it like super duper high quality
It's
everything?
nice, yeah. It's not a Carnival cruise,
Right, yeah, it's
I don't know
like-
if they're a sponsor of your show, but it's not a
Supposedly-
Carnival cruise. You ain't got Guy
supposedly,
Fieri's Burger Bar on the river cruise.
Yeah. By the way, not that bad. I had it. Not that bad. But like it's everything is like supposedly top
Yeah,
tier.
It's nice. No, it's
Fancy.
really, really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
And,
I-
like,
Is there a casino on the boat?
no casinos, no sales pitches, no art auctions, none of that
Oh,
stuff.
I
That's sort
love
of
the art.
That's sort of their thing.
Dude, the art auction is low key the best. You go in there and they're just popping champagne the whole time. Just sit there and drink champagne the whole time.
Hold on, when you get off, can you take a picture with a pirate and then buy it?
Yes.
Buy it in some other weirdo store where they print 10,000 of them, and you have to go and be like, "Can I do this on a screen?" You printed them all out before you even know if we're going to buy them.
One of the things that I always liked is getting my photo made with what is supposed to be an indigenous human that lives in the area that I'm disembarking, but it's really just a Puerto Rican guy he's holding an iguana dressed in Junkanoo gear.
So,
But the food's really good too. Like
Yeah,
that's
I've
their
heard
other
that
thing.
too.
Like all the food's really good, and then like when you sit down to order, there's like all these different things you can order, and all like the beer and wine's free during dinner time and lunchtime. Yeah.
Nice.
so what?
Because the old people ain't going to get loaded.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna get wasted.
That's not their thing.
I did notice that like there is a certain time on one of these ships, like especially like the Alaskan cruise we went on. That
the witching hour when everyone's asleep.
Well, yeah. It's like after after 9 o'clock, like the ship is dead.
Oh, yeah.
like you're just walking around. You're at the bar, like like they're happy to serve you because they're like, oh, like I'll just bullshit with someone because everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
Same way. I mean, everything was sort of done by 9 or 10 because
is
it's
the
all
staff
older people.
young? Is the staff old?
I'd say younger than the people on the boat. I mean, they're in their like probably 20s and 30s, but no, I mean everybody was from like another
Well,
country. And what I mean
the
by
staff
that-
doesn't change. They're all
No, but did
from
you get
Thailand.
did you get the stereotypes?
No, you're right. No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
A lot of people like from Southeast Asia and a lot of people from I think Eastern Europe as well.
Well, a lot
was
of
the staff.
a lot of the stereotypes in cruise ships that I love are typically most entertainment and dancers will be Russian, and
There are
most,
some Russians.
and most steakhouse. The ladies will be Russian, and I tell you right now, there is nothing in my mind sexier than a Russian steakhouse manager on a cruise ship. Like the way that they talk, like Natasha from Natasha and
Oh,
Boris,
yeah.
and they wear the tight-fitting pencil skirts.
They
with their
had that.
fucking tight ass, and they're standing there, go steak. It is not. Is it? Is
They
the
also-
steak satisfactory for you, Mr. Dennis? Yes, it is.
I like them when they're mean to me.
Yeah, like, I put my cigarette out on your balls.
They'd also like remember my name too. Like when anytime they'd see me, John, how are you, John?
Yeah,
John.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
tall. You must
They
have
get the
big
tips.
ding dong.
So now, what did you do at each stop? Did you just get out and sightsee one place
So
or the other?
There's sort of two options. You can go on like the walking tours of the town, which are free and they're included, or you can do like excursions and you pay for those.
Oh, like parasailing.
Yeah.
I bet they're low key though.
They're
I
a
don't-
little, some of them were a little pricey, and we didn't really do many of them, but we did one. There was one towards the end of our trip, which was a bike tour of Germany.
Okay.
And it was like an 8-hour day where you biked and you had to go up a mountain and stuff. It was an e-bike, so it wasn't as hard.
Okay.
It's totally worth it, though. You got to see a lot of different things that you
fucking
don't.
hate e-bikes.
But you need where we were going up mountains.
I understand. The problem with
to.
e-bikes is that they need to have a cycle and an e-bike that forces you every 5 minutes to at least give it a try. You got to pedal at least once every 5 minutes, or it shuts off and blows up or something. Because these people that
like
rip
for
around
every
the
mile, you need 3 revolutions.
Yeah, nobody pedals anymore. I walked this lake trying to get my hips back into order, and everybody on there is 300 pounds riding a motorcycle.
Well,
ride an electric
I had to
motorcycle.
pedal a little bit.
Well,
they weren't just like
you're
mopeds.
in good shape. I'm not talking about you.
See, I'm mad that they put pedals. I'm like, just put spokes on it. I'm like, this is a motorcycle.
It is.
It's an electric motorcycle.
It's got enough battery for you to go to 100 miles.
So
most of the time, we just walked around the different towns that we stopped in, and I didn't need to do any of the excursions.
So let me ask you if you felt the same way I do or did when I went to Europe. No. So I've gone to Europe a couple times.
Yeah,
and,
where'd you go?
That's a low-key blast right there that he just hit all the listeners with.
I've been there a few times.
This guy's a world traveler. He's been to Hawaii like 5 times this year.
No, and I'm not even saying this to brag.
How dare you say
I'm telling people to avoid it.
I'm just giving you shit.
I went on one vacation. You're yelling at me. It sounds like you're out all the time.
You said when people give you shit, that's your love language.
I'm telling people don't waste your life and your money.
Don't go to Europe.
Because
they got the same stuff here.
No, they don't.
They really don't.
But it's after a while, you can only see so many cathedrals.
It's true.
And
we saw a lot of cathedrals.
Well, did you not feel that way about the arches and the rocks?
I feel that way about everything.
There you go, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Well, I've already said
that's the end.
Yeah. You see one desert rock, you see them all.
Just stay home and die, or I got to do something. I don't complain about it, though.
Stay home and die. Hold on, I got to write that down. I think that's what I've been doing.
I'm just saying that it's all more of the same. See, like...
It's all more the same, Shane.
When you go and you they're like, all right, there's this Gothic cathedral built in the 1200s, and you're like, oh wow, and then you go there.
I would not make that noise.
And then,
somebody said that to me.
And then you see it, and then you take some pictures of it, and then you read the things, and you look at it, and you're like, all right, it is amazing. You're like, I can't believe this shit was built.
800 years ago.
800 years
it's still
ago,
here,
and it's still here. And then you're looking at like the ornate. The architecture and the fact that it was hand chiseled, the gargoyles, and thousands of people died building it like slaves.
Serious question, because I'm into this, you're not. We proved this when we went and saw Alcatraz.
Yep.
I'm a big reader and listener. Mm-hmm. So if there's a tour or somebody's telling a story, or if there's those little earplugs you can put on that you can walk around,
you get all that of the Viking cruise.
Yeah, if it triggers the little things that you like, I'm all into that. If I remember correctly, absolutely fucking despise that.
No, I didn't despise it.
You didn't want to wear the headset that I was wearing, and then you'd have me tell you what was happening. You're like, what's happening? What's happening? I was like, somebody got stabbed in this cell, and you're like, oh, well, that's cool.
I just don't want to go along with the status quo. Like, wear the headset, walk through that.
Forever a disruptor, this guy. Forever a disruptor.
Anyway, all I'm saying is you see one cathedral, then you're like, all right, what do we do next? And you're like, another cathedral. And you're like, okay, well, what else is there? There's like an endless line of cathedrals. And you're like,
true.
And then you see the bridge, you're like, this bridge was built even earlier than the cathedral. You're like, all right, I've seen a bridge before. And then I'm just saying, after about a couple days of it, you're like, what else can we do? Like, is there anything else?
Red light district, marijuana. You got to go for the good stuff.
Or let's see some nature. Let's go see a mountain or some other thing. Just get out on a boat.
Nature to me,
catch some sailfish. I don't know. Something else.
I got to talk about something because you're saying let's go see nature. To me, nature's less impressive than something a human did. I'm like, a human built this.
I mean, it can be a mix of both, right? I mean, maybe you just need to mix those
nature,
two.
A lightning struck, or some planet crashed into another planet and formed this rock. I don't care about that. But show me something a human made.
So, what was the best thing that you've seen, John,
that I saw there
on your travels?
I mean, the
did you partake in the red light district?
No, I was with my mom, my mother-in-law, and my wife.
I'm just checking.
You go into the coffee
they do
shop.
Curated threesomes there. I don't know.
Like I said, the biking thing was probably the best thing we did because like we got to do something like physical activity and you see different parts. We also went up this mountain and we ended up at this like guy's farm that his family had owned for like hundreds of years, and then we were in his kitchen eating like bread and drinking schnapps, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
but you're right about locals.
But the cathedral thing, you're right. I mean, after a while, you're like, I've seen one. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's impressive.
So were you like? So you're in like some dude that lives there's house?
Yeah, it was his house.
And did it look any different than like
it was
when you
smaller? It was like it was because I'm tall, and so like my head almost hit the ceiling.
So it'd be perfect for me.
Yeah, but also like there was a barn like connected to the house because that's how they would build houses then. And so like so the livestock could stay warm and the people could stay warm. But it was pretty cool.
You also keep an eye on your livestock.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like, if they're in your kitchen, it's like hard to steal them.
I just did a lot of walking around though. Like we would just stop in cities and we would just like walk around.
I noticed that, and I thought you were kind of making jokes, but you'd like name some town I'd never heard of and be like, "This is where it's at."
Yeah, not really. I mean, because they take you to smaller places.
That's kind of cool.
So you get to see other things that you probably normally wouldn't. Because I've been to Paris, I've been to Amsterdam, I've been to Berlin, but like those are huge cities.
Sure,
these are places you just wouldn't drive to.
Any medical emergencies on the boat?
So somebody in our group, like she had to go to the hospital because I think she just got really sick, and they had to like find a doctor in Germany or France or something like that
because of the age. I looked this up.
Yeah,
this happens a lot on the Viking cruises. They actually have some of the best medical staff of any cruises because of the people that they are.
Strasbourg, France was really fun. I had no idea what to expect there, and I like. Have you been to Paris? Have you guys been to Paris or not?
I've been to Paris. Yeah.
So I didn't love Paris. I just it was okay. But
I've never been there, but I have been to the Bahamas.
But Strasbourg was like a small Paris. Like they had a lot of things to do, but it wasn't as big as Paris.
Oh, so you went to the good
the
Paris.
small Paris.
Schnozberry.
Yeah.
Schnozberries. These schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
So I heard you mention walking around a lot. And I'm glad you brought this up because I want to do a new segment, and I'm kind of testing it out today.
On me, all right.
Called Get to Work. I even told Daniel.
Oh my God! Am I included? What did I do wrong?
No. It's just my
I've
segment.
Been playing around with AI images a lot lately.
I saw the one.
I've been fucking
around.
I saw
the one of you and Andrea.
I made one of you.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, for today's show, I made me and you and Tom all as babies, and then I also made us as Mount Rushmore. It's awesome.
All right. Well, who's the fourth person? Sam?
I only did
just three. Okay,
because it's all like it's not it's an original image. It's stolen from every image.
What do you make them on? You make them on Midjourney?
I do it on Midjourney.
All right.
I'm teaching myself how to know all the prompts.
Nice.
This is not really pointed towards. I mean, in your case, Bustecker, you're there with your wife. This it kind of makes sense, but with older women too, which are not going to walk as fast.
Is this
as
where
you
you
do.
talk about mustache and how I love your mustache?
No. Did you find yourself when you guys were walking from one cathedral to the other, turning around and seeing your wife and then her parents like 40 yards behind you?
So one of them yes, one of them no. So and my wife knows this. Her mom walks a little slower.
Okay, all right.
She's not older than my mom, but she just doesn't walk as much. My mom walks like 2 miles every day. So she was generally in front because she doesn't care. She walks at her own pace.
Okay.
If I gotta slow up, fine, but she don't care.
So this is more of a stereotype that I'm kind of guilty of doing back in the day. So are you, because we used to make fun of Dirty Jim for this.
Yeah.
So
you do it to me.
No, he's a fast dad.
I'm a fast
You do it to me going to public.
Yeah, okay.
My tiny little hips can't keep up.
That's how everybody says about me.
So we used to make fun of Jimmy. We went to Vegas one time with him, and then he's walking in front of the whole group by 20 yards.
Walking with purpose.
And, look at this fast dad walking so fast. What is he in a hurry? And then, so I find myself, like, I recently went to Moab last week.
I saw the
with
photos.
my family. And so we're going from one stone to the other. Looking at it, going, look.
You're hiking.
So same shit.
You're doing
one
a hike.
cathedral to the other. We're just like one stone. Look at this arch.
The
This
stone
arch.
cathedral.
This,
Look at the sun.
Yeah, all these stones.
Yeah, look at this mountain.
Canyons.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we park park at the parking lot. We get out, and then I stand by the car, and my wife gets out and puts sunscreen on the boys, and then I get a backpack on, and then she's like, "Where's everybody's hats?" Everybody has to find their hats. I'm standing there for 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then we start our journey after 5 minutes of standing next to the car, putting sunscreen. Then
Andrea does this.
we get bottles of water. I'm holding a backpack of like 4 pounds of water, which they take 3 bird sips out of in the whole trip. And then I bring back the water. You know how like disheartening it is. Like I bring back 4 pounds of water. I
never bring it. If Andrea loads me up with a backpack,
what happens if you get lost or something?
No, if Andrea
it's a path. There's no getting lost.
You can ask her about this. If Andrea loads me up with a backpack of water and stuff like drinks, and I carry it to any summit, and we're there and nobody drinks it, I empty it into a trash can. If it's their open soda, I don't even care. I empty it into a trash can, and she looks at me saying, "Why'd you do that?" I go, "Why'd you do this?" That's just the price you fucking pay.
After 4 times of bringing full water bottles back,
I'm done with it.
I'm going to pour this on a cactus, so at least I brought it into the middle of the desert for a reason.
I'm telling you, throw it away. She'll never do it again. I'm telling you, it works.
Anyway.
Now that she brings one sensible bottle in her purse because I can't
Why
get
don't
to
you
it.
just make everybody carry their own water?
No, he doesn't do it. You idiot.
I'm the mule of the house.
Maybe you get those camel packs where you can like sip the water.
Oh, no, don't do that. Those are gay. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Who do you think you are? Like, some long distance runner.
When I see guys running around Baldwin with them, I want to run up. I want to run behind them, even with my bad hips, and pull the tube out of their mouth. Who do you think you are?
But you can't take the 1 second to sip your water bottle.
Fountains around the lake.
You don't have to hold it then. It's on your back.
Yeah, but it looks stupid.
Yeah, it does look stupid.
I just want to take scissors and cut their hose so it just starts leaking everywhere. And they probably have none in there or some sort of electric light drink, you know? They probably got something fancy
Also,
in there.
if you're going to call it a camelback, make it a big round
And fuzzy.
hump.
Make it fuzzy.
And
put some fur on it.
Yeah.
So you look like a camel.
So after we leave the car, after 10 minutes of getting prepared, as if we're going into 128 hours, we're never going to come back. It's just a path. People are pushing their grandmas on the path. Like, I see the arch. Anyway, so we start walking. And then it starts off where you're all walking together. I'm talking to Crystal. We're like looking around like, oh. But after
Isn't this majestic?
It's 3/4 of a mile to the damn arch down this path. So then
That's not that far.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Is your wife saying inspirational things to you at all? Or are you just ignoring the things that she said? Like, I feel like the mountains are calling to me. This is majestic. Oh, my God.
Every 10 steps, she's making the boys stop to take some portrait picture. They're artistic with a cactus.
Stare into the sun like you guys.
But there's like a million people around, right?
No, yeah.
You're not like in the desert.
No,
it's called Canyon Land, for Christ's sake.
No, it's a line like Mount Everest to the arch, and then there's people all on top of the arch like ants. And then you can't
Everything's been ruined.
You can't take a picture of it because there's people crawling all over it.
Can you ask people to get out of the way? Can you be like, get out of the way?
No, but they start some sort of system where they line up and you take a picture. But I'm like,
systems.
But I'm like, this is a lie because there's 100 people around us and everybody's making it look like they're the only person at the arch and there's 30 people in line and everybody's like, get in line. And I'm like, well, it's this fucking Disney World now.
Well, hold on, that's a good idea. Since all of those, delicate arch photos are on my Facebook, I'm going to write under everybody's photo, I know there's more people there.
Yeah.
You're not the only ones there, motherfuckers.
They've all, and by the way, it's weird, like psychology or sociology that like there's no ranger doing this. Like for whatever reason, there's so many people. Everybody just formed like, all right.
That's how important the gram is, dude.
we'll go and
seriously, it's important.
We'll take a picture of you and then we'll filter around. And then the other person will take a picture of that person. Is like some pay it forward thing, and then they're like everybody stand away from the arch.
Those. I love breaking those.
But meanwhile, I'm not a joke. It's like a concert around. Like there's so many people, but they're trying to make it look like you're the only person
tempted to break that. Like when I'm in line and I go to Dunkin' Donuts and they're like, the guy in front of you paid for your breakfast. Do you want to pay for the guy behind you's breakfast? I'm like, no.
It's just an arch?
Back to get to work. So
get to work.
I'm standing. I'm walking with my family at first, but then like I said, 3/4 of a mile. I see it in the distance. Like we gotta put our heads down and start walking with purpose. So then I'm just starting. I cinch up my backpack and then tie my shoes, start walking.
Serious. Rick Scott, get to work.
And then I find myself 50 yards ahead of my family.
Yeah.
And
Did you give him hey?
And no. Crystal yells at me. She's like, hey. I say, are we a part of your family? Are you just going to walk by yourself?
Are we hiking or are we going to slug it up here?
So then I have to stop and wait for them, and then they get there, and then I have to painfully walk slowly. And here's the biggest problem is my sons are run faster. They're
very fast boys.
They are totally capable of walking.
They do cross country, for Christ's sake.
And so my wife can walk, but for whatever reason, they walk.
They're lollygagging.
They walk like a
Good word. Excellent word, Buster.
They walk like a cartoon robe would walk, like in Beauty and the Beast. Like they're robing it, lazy, and they're just
they would say to you, "What's your hurry?"
Well, that's what Crystal says. And then,
why are they doing that? Could it be that you guys keep dragging them to things they hate?
No, I'm like, why? I'm like, we're trying to get to the arch to take the picture to show the internet we're better than everybody.
Right. And it's true. You are.
So, like, why can't we just get there with purpose, take the picture, then get back to the car?
Yeah.
We got to go to the next one. This is what we're doing. Why are we walking so slow? And I feel like dads and dudes in general for years.
It's the second time he's done this.
Have been bitching or have been bitched at by their wives and everybody around them for fast dad walking.
What about challenge? What if you were like, first one at the top is the king of the family?
I'm just saying.
Would that work?
What are we here to do? Are we here to walk like a robe down a path? Or we're here to get to the goddamn arch, take a picture, and then go get back to the car.
So you can go see another arch?
Well, why don't you put your foot down? You got to put your foot down.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm saying
No, you're not. You're talking to us. You're yelling at me and Buster. We don't hike with you.
I'm yelling to all the people, all the wives and children listening out there.
Okay, all right.
Get to work.
Okay.
All right.
Well, my mom. So my mom.
That's actually one of your gripes that I actually agree with. That was one of your better ones, dude.
My mom would say, "Well, this is just my pace, and you guys get there at your pace, and we'll just meet there at the end."
That's fine.
Yeah, that sounds so sweet.
Yeah.
She's like, "I can't change my pace. This is my pace."
Yeah, this is the way I roll.
See, I'll just be yelled at by Crystal that I'm
But you'll be so far ahead of her, you won't be able to hear.
No, I'll hear when they get there. And then now I'm not participating part of this. She's like, are you part of this family, or are you just going to walk by yourself?
Like, what are you trying to do?
She's like,
walk in silence?
Just walk next to your family. Why are you walking 30 foot
do you guys hold hands? Are you hand holders?
We'll start off holding hands, but then it'll get to that point where like, I
am not a hand holder.
Yeah.
I don't naturally do it. I saw a guy the other day walking in front of me and Andrea. We were walking together around the lake, and then this guy was walking with his wife around the lake, and he was holding her hand, and I was instantly inspired to reach out and hold her hand, but I was like, it's too try hard. You wouldn't do that.
I'll hold my wife's hand sometimes, not all the time.
I kind of think I want to start doing it because I think it could be a gateway to.
Well, you don't want her to get away either. Like, you don't want to run away.
There's also
mine. It's very close that she could run away. We've been fighting all morning.
Oh, really?
Oh, we'll get into that a little.
Okay.
bit.
I never
we'll
know.
talk about that.
I'm an awkward detacher.
Okay.
With hand holding.
Tell me how to walk me through it.
Okay, so my wife will reach out and hold her hand.
Because I want to be better at this. I really do want to be better at this.
We're walking, we're holding your hand, we're squeezing your hand, like sometimes fingers interlocked or whatever. But then, like,
my smoke! I thought you were going to say you do that move where you like you wiggle your middle finger on her palm as if to say this could be your vagina. Lucky girl. Hello, it's me.
So then we're holding each other's hands, but after like I don't know 2 minutes, it's like how much do we need to do this? And I can even tell
it gets sweaty.
And also like you get to an awkward where you're walking in different.
And you're trying to get ahead of her.
Yeah, well, my body geometry is weird. It's like holding. It's like Gulliver holding a Laputin from Lilliput.
Well, you hold up.
Laputin, like holding. Yeah, it's like she's walking with me like I'm the champ.
They call that the balloon. So it gets to a point where you're like, all right, I feel like we both are ready to detach our hand holding now, disengage.
Yeah.
But
you don't ask, you just assume that.
Well, but then I'm like, should I slowly start loosening my grip so that she
do that move where you just let her take the entire weight of your hand. I'm not interested anymore. You just you go limp.
Maybe you should see how long she can hold your hand.
Well, that's what I do because I'm like, I don't care. Like, all I want is her not to get angry angry that I'm choosing to not hold her hand
Sounds
anymore.
like your mantra for life. Like, I just don't want her to get angry.
And I'm I was going to go Italian. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about, like, I do feel like if you can correctly hold your partner's hand, man or woman, but if you, like, it is very affectionate. I don't do it. I want to be better at it because I think it could be a gateway to other things. I think it could be romantic. Seriously, I'm dead serious. I'm the horniest person on the planet. I think it could be a new, unexplored. Sometimes I question myself, like, can you get hornier, Daniel? I'm like, yes, I can. I can improve my hand holding and be more romantic in that regard.
Anyway, every time I detach, it's always like,
you don't like holding my hand?
Yeah, you don't want to hold my hand anymore, or I wait too long, and she's like,
Wait, there's a sweet spot? She's like, I can't hold your hand anymore?
Oh, yeah, I never find the sweet spot. Anyway, all right.
Bus, he knows how to do it.
Does he? I don't
He's
know.
got a hot wife, too. I mean, no disrespect. I'm just saying, you're very attractive. He's done very well for himself.
What I've realized over time is that all women are different.
Hey, write that down. Oh, he's not here.
Sam's not here to hear that.
And then you could just
I'll cut it out.
Like, it's just bad luck which one you choose sometimes.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Maybe just play the first part of that.
It's like,
I'll cut all this out.
I'm just saying, like, it's like waitresses, right? I've told Daniel this before.
Yeah,
like,
our wives are just like waitresses.
Well, you get one sometimes, they're like refilling your water all the time. Like, oh man, this.
Yeah, overhelping.
She's Johnny on the spot with the water. She's asked me 20 times.
So wait, which wife do you got?
No,
the good waitress or the bad waitress?
I think you know.
Listen, but you both, they all have to get the same tip. That's all I'm saying. If you get less than 15%, yeah, you like.
Ended it with a dick joke. He's like, hey, my wives are like waitresses. They all get the same tip. Hey-oh. What are you doing? Some old Catskills? Some old Jewish comedian is like, our wives are like waitresses. They all get the same tip. Yago.
All right, let's take a break.
Yeah, man.
And when we come back, I want to show.
I'm sorry. That was an accident.
I want to show Busdecker this AI, I want to ask him.
Did you say you're going to show me the AI? Is that what you said?
No, we found. Do you know who Riley Reid is?
No.
Liar.
No, I really don't.
Okay, do you know who Lena the Plug is?
No.
You can guess with the plug closer than Riley Reid, though. Anyway, we're going to tell Busdecker who those two people are.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm curious to see what he thinks about what the future could hold with this and what people will do. Because I think this is going to be, and I've said this before, but all humans will be doing this behavior.
And it surprises him that I'm the one that is really dabbles in tech. Like, I'm using ChatGPT and trying to learn all the prompts. I'm teaching myself Midjourney with the help of Brendan O'Connor, who's really good at it. Yeah. But I've started learning how to implement real faces, like your face and my face and Tom's, which is like advanced for Midjourney, learning all the prompts, stuff like that. But I don't think it's there yet. And this guy's, he's all in. Like, he loves my car driving itself. I'm like, no, dude, it's not safe. He's like, nope, it's safer than you.
And 100%.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's fun. You want to do it? We'll take it out. Yeah, it's super fun.
I wish robots would take over sooner.
Yeah, I know you do.
You know how tired I am of humans?
He says it all the time.
Like, I wish I could just talk to a robot.
Stop
and then
holding my hand.
Like, just interact with just robots at all
we know you do.
businesses.
Yeah.
If, Taco Bell, everywhere. Like, if it was robots doing everything, like, I want that to happen sooner.
It's coming. The name of the band or artist is Carr. The name of the song is Industry Kids. We'll be back with more. A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at TomandDan.com for last-minute emails. We'll be right back. You need a modern PI. And I don't mean a guy that's going to tail your wife when she drives up the street to the old Lou Ray Motel and meets her new boyfriend. I mean Modern Plumbing Industries. The best darn plumbers you'll ever get in your home. They have my my main bedroom shower is rocking and rolling, dude. And it was really, really bad ever since I bought that house. 12 years ago, and Modern Plumbing did a bang-up job.
Yeah, they encompass all plumbing needs, whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, They have 24-hour service calls.
Yeah.
Second,
sewer, water heater, water calls, all the areas too. Where are you at? Seminole, Orange Lake, Volusia, Osceola.
Yep.
Cover them all.
Second-generation family-owned business, serving Central Florida since 1975. So they have the experience, they have the name,
and we had them in here. They're just good dudes. You know, like they were just nice.
Yeah.
They listened to the show. And it always does my heart well when we're talking with people and they're like making jokes and having a good time. It's just like they're like Tom and Dan vibe, and I'm really happy with them.
We love our partnership with Modern Plumbing. They've helped us a lot. They've sponsored both two of our upcoming events,
they're
the Beer
open to
Fest
all of our dumb events.
Yeah, Sofa and Suds, and they're a huge sponsor of that.
Yeah,
and they're going to be a partner of ours for a while. And if you use them, you get 10% off anything if you say Tom and Dan sent me.
Well, if you have a big problem like I had, 10%.
Yeah, it could be huge.
10%'s a lot of dough.
Yeah, and they put in my outdoor shower by my pool. Like anything plumbing they can do, it's modernpi.com.
Sounds like Ursula, right? Almost a little bit like welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
I find myself liking that style of like old school, like
sounded like a James Bond theme
very
song.
Much. You know, it sounds like who's that lady?
Who was that?
Shirley. No, that was. Hold on, I'm going to tell you. Thank you for asking. That was the artist Kovacs with the Gold Mine, but who she sounds like is old Shirley Bassey.
I don't know who that is.
Like, you remember that?
I don't know that. No. What's the name of the song?
I forget what it's called. I forget who it is. It's Shirley Bassey. But anyway, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
So Daniel was telling me about this thing that he found on the internet, which is...
Well, it was breaking news this morning on Mashable. You know, like I got all these alerts, and it alerted me. It was like, new AI discovery.
And Daniel always yells from the other room, or he's in here and I'm in the other office, and he'll tell me about stuff. He's like, come in here, check this out.
Wait, you guys don't work in same offices?
No.
You don't let him in the corporate office?
We don't really get along well enough to do that.
And then Daniel likes this desk, and then I like, my desk is, I don't have a computer here. I do, but I don't know how to turn it on. Anyway, so
there you go.
I come in and...
I gotta find this now.
He's like, there's this porn star, Riley Reid, that has basically put her voice into this AI program that we've talked about on the show. Essentially, you record your voice into the system.
And then it can duplicate it.
And then it uses AI to respond back to after it's, you've put in all your voice prompts. It needs like 2 hours of you reading these things. And then like after that, it'll respond back to you using AI. So it's like you're talking to the person.
Okay.
Kind of. It's still, there's a robot voice associated with it.
But you can ask it questions and then it'll
respond.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the tab now. It closed down my damn tab.
Using AI. And so then Daniel was asking her questions, dirty questions.
I'm sure. He's like, will you hold my hand?
Hold on. I'm going to get this again. It's on Clona is the name of the site.
And
Clona.ai.
Yeah.
And so he's asking Riley Reid these questions, and it's responding. And
okay, here we go. I got my question. I freaked out for a second.
Oh my God. You got to go back to this.
I didn't want to lose my Riley Reid. You see me? I started sweating. I was like, oh my God, I'm not prepared with my Riley Reid.
Well, the questions and the responses are not really the topic. It's more about what this will lead into, and I want to ask you about.
But I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So, like,
all right. You gonna give me like the PG-13 one first, and then we're gonna go into the others?
Yeah, well, I just like it doesn't get as spicy
ease me
as
into this.
I really wanted to. Riley Reid, I said, "Hey there, what's going on?" And this was her,
being cool.
Yeah, this was her reply.
Hey there, my naughty boy. I'm doing great. Just got done with my morning routine. How about you?
I was like,
Why
oh
naughty?
my
Wait,
God.
why naughty boy? You didn't say anything that prompted that.
Yeah, but I am a naughty boy.
Does she know you? She knows you.
She knows me already.
Well,
I was like,
that
holy
the first?
shit. I was like, she
was
nailed
that the
it.
first thing you asked her? Like, how you doing?
I said, hey, how you doing? She goes, hey there, my naughty boy. I go, holy shit.
Wow. All right.
They must have figured out a way to tailor the AI towards
Daniel.
But like sexual in nature
Well,
or
of course,
flirtatious
it's fucking
content.
Riley Reid. What are you going to ask her other than
Well,
like
she might have other hobbies and other interests.
Nothing extra.
I just found it interesting because I was like, they must have tailored.
You're not what you do for a living sometimes.
So, like,
You're
I
not
jumped
your
right
job.
to it. I jumped right to it.
All right, what was the first question? What's the second question?
Inspired by the NBA's greatest player, Dwight Howard, I started.
Have you watched basketball before?
No,
have
he is
you
the
heard about the
NBA's
Dwight
greatest
Hammond?
player, Dwight Howard. I was inspired by him.
You heard about the meat?
So you haven't heard about the meat?
meat?
Oh, my God, we're going the wrong direction. We should have gone to the meat. So I said to Riley Reid, I said, just got out of the shower and I'm about to stroke this meat. Because Dwight Howard has all these text messages where he's talking to this guy and he's like, let me see that meat.
Oh.
And I'm like,
I missed that
and
one.
now he's like, mind y'all's business. And I'm like, yes, own it, own the meat.
The funniest part is he telling the guy, let me see the meat, but he's like, I'm not gay, though.
Yeah, he does say that.
That's pretty confusing.
He
Dwight.
says, I'm not gay, and because the guy's gay, he goes, but I don't want to disrespect him. Yeah, it's been handled
He
fine.
has like 9 kids, doesn't he? Dwight
I think
Howard?
so. Yeah, but you can still be into
I
dudes.
know, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you can
I'm just pointing out facts.
meat.
I have a
I'm just
guy
pointing out facts.
that was married in my family that was like, you know what? I don't think I like this anymore.
All right.
So I said, just got out of the shower. I'm going to stroke this meat. So then she replies,
Oh. You naughty boy.
hold on, she had a stroke in the beginning. Hold on, can I rewind that?
I love it when you talk dirty to me. Do you have any fantasies you want to share with me?
No, it's not good, right? At the beginning,
No,
she was like,
it's not.
Well, she was disgusted by you.
She went, wow, hold on a second. On brand. Just like Andrea, when I'm like, you want to look, she's like,
So,
Are we sure this isn't just Andrea?
it could be.
Just fake it.
I don't have my glasses on, so it's like anything's possible.
so of course, and then you're like, well, who cares? It sounds like a robot. It's nothing. But
Yeah, but we're in the early stages
Yes,
of this. Yeah,
and-
it's like if you were to look at a car in 1908 and the car now.
Yes, and
different things.
What this also told me is that now they're able to lean at least the AI conversation in one direction, right? Like obviously, every question you ask.
One Direction, fan fiction, AI, and they're like, look at this meat, One Direction.
So they're adding some sort of personality trait to the AI to form fit it to Riley Reid, right? I mean, like every question you ask, and then she's responding in some flirtatious manner or whatever, or at least
Like, here's a good one.
It's trying to mimic what a human would do
Like,
flirting.
this
right?
one worked well. I said, what type of dicks do you like? Big ones? And she said,
I don't have a specific type when it comes to dicks. I like them all, big or small, as long as they're confident and know how to please a woman. It's all about how they use it, not the size.
there you go. Wow.
Tom's like, yes.
Yeah. I think most guys are, except for you. I mean, not all of us are 100 feet tall.
I wonder if that's just a canned sentences that they use, and they use prompts to add
I think
in
there
canned
are.
sentences.
To me, this is not good. And Lena the Plug is even worse.
So anyway,
Is that a real person or is that a fake person?
If you look up Lena the Plug, you will
right.
find out very quickly
All
she's 100% real.
All right, because at some point, it doesn't even have to be a real person. It could just be a fake.
I think I'd
Thing,
rather
right?
it be a fake thing because it would I'd have less to try to compare it to, and I think I'd be a bit more forgiving.
Well, what I was thinking about is, all right, and this technology is going to get better and better, right?
Yeah.
And soon you'll be able to add in probably multiple personality traits to this, as long as you go through the process of recording your voice and everything. And then eventually we'll get to a point, it seems in my mind, where you can have your spouse record this in the AI and then basically program the personality, and then after they're gone or after anybody's gone.
No, somebody did this. I know
recently. They've already dabbled in it. It's not good.
The first one that I saw that did it was the wife, or it's not really former wife, but of the guy we interviewed, the magician. Amazing Jonathan.
Oh, yeah. The
Amazing Jonathan's. Yeah, we talked about it. His wife did this. I can see.
But that was it. I heard a story on this where like they asked him a bunch of questions and then they could have them around when they died.
I mean,
and they knew they were going to die.
We
soon.
could do it right now. I mean, like, there's a program that Kenny the pervert sent me where all I have to do is like record a certain number of sentences for like it would take me like 2 hours, and we have the right equipment. Because, we have the right microphones and processing and everything here. So I could sit down and read this thing, you read this thing, and then effectively we could have two AI Tom and Dan's and just have them do the show.
Well,
it would be really bad, but it's already really bad. So,
and I know we've already talked about this, and like Rogan AI did this, and you can go look it up on YouTube or whatever. And it seems like, and then I compared it to Daniel's dog Dansby, right? Mm-hmm. So
my baby
Daniel has his dog Dansby.
We're gonna talk about him.
He had Caesar, which is essentially the same breed, exactly.
It's from the same area.
Looking dog.
It's literally from the same area of Missouri.
So he knows
same county.
So this is what because at first I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. No matter what, if you're talking to AI, you can't get beyond the fact that it's not a real person, and so it's therefore nothing, right? Like you talking to a voice of what is it?
But at some point you won't know. You won't know the difference.
That was
right?
good. You faked that so well. The fact that you pretended to not know who Riley Reid is.
No. So I understand about not knowing, but if you did know, like if it was a dead loved one or something, then how could you ever get the same feeling because you know they're dead and this is just a computer AI, right? But then I started thinking about, well, Daniel has Dansby, and I'm sure at this point he gets the same exact feeling, and I'm sure he's not even thinking about it, that he got with Caesar, and the experience is damn near the same.
Well, there's some truth to that.
And there's no difference.
But you know it's a different dog.
I do know it's a different dog, but there is some truth to that because there are times now where I will use, obviously I use pet names for my pets, you know, like we called Caesar TT. I don't know why. It just like, you have pet names or baby names and they whittle down to something even babier. And Dansby, we call him DD or Lil D. We call him Lil D all the time. But like, I will call him TT and not even miss a beat. And I now am at a point where I say it, Andrea hears it, I hear it, and I go, I don't care.
Well, what does it matter?
I'm there.
But they don't act the same, right? Or do they?
It's a dog. They all act the same.
No, they don't.
I'm going to be honest with you.
One's doing a twirl. It's the same shit.
I have to be honest with you. Dansby is pretty fucking identical to Caesar.
Oh, all right.
It's weird. In fact, he does all the same shit. Like last night, I was laying in bed. He's laying with me. Caesar used to like to go under the covers and lay on my side. I lifted the covers up. I go, you want to go under? Dansby shot right under, went to my side. It was the same shit.
So can we live in a world in the future, I mean, we'll be dead, but like let's say, 100 years from now, where there's no more grieving about anything because as soon as a human dies, it can get replaced with an AI version of that human.
Yeah, but they're not, like, unless you create a body for it. I mean, you can just talk to them, I guess.
There's that. I mean, I imagine in a far enough future, we'll have robots and then like, a body of a robot and then you could be the same
awesome.
looking
Think
thing.
how my hips will be when I have robot hips. That'd be awesome.
And then I know it's not the actual human anymore, but it's so close that you can, skip the whole being sad that someone's gone, and then just that robot AI can come into your life and then be sort of the same, kind of like Dansby is to Caesar.
I mean, it is
like damn near.
It's pretty close
enough where you're not even that sad about Caesar anymore, right?
Also, there are other
How
factors.
often do you think about how Caesar died?
I do think about him, but here's the thing. What's weird about Caesar is also like the way that we trained Caesar and the way that we trained Dansby is exactly the same.
Yeah, so
everything he's giving me back, because I'm pretty much the same and Andrea's pretty much the same, is still the same responses of everything we've done. Crate train the same, potty train the same. You know what I mean? Like
but can you appreciate your dog then if you know you can have it later, like, or a loved one, like if you know that you're going to get them forever, can you appreciate them while they're here?
No, absolutely, because it's not the same. It's just close.
Well, I think we put too much emphasis on appreciation. Because what does that really even mean?
I have a dog now that she's older. I know she's going to die one day, and so I want to appreciate the time I have with her now.
Yeah, but it's just like the European vacation or the Moab or whatever. It's like, you're here, living the now, and I'm still checking my fantasy football. I'm still bitching about how hot it is or whatever. I'm just like, let's go back to the hotel.
I don't think you're saying don't appreciate it. I think what you're saying is it's just easier. Yeah. Because we'll have other versions later, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is easier. If the argument you're saying is it's easier for me to live my life as a guy who enjoys West Highland Terriers, has anxiety, these dogs help, by, like, having a dog that's, like, almost identical and just kind of, like, getting more
why
of
go
those.
through any grieving at all? It's the worst process to go through.
Like Streisand did with her dogs, right?
No,
like,
I know.
She's just getting the same dog every time,
and
like cloning it.
Yeah, but like that's part of life, though. Like grieving and being
it doesn't
sad
have to be.
Well,
there was a time part of life was dying at 21 from a toothache,
diarrhea.
But science solved that with penicillin. And
are we better off?
Yeah. Well, we live till 76 now, and not till 30 at the most. And so we've been doing this our whole human evolution. Are we going to evolve into? I mean, we're just trying to make life easier.
I mean,
for sure. In the future, we're not going to have to exercise or do any sort of we'll all have some sort of Ozempic. All of humanity will be on Ozempic.
I mean, I guess I can't
then be on some sort of electric shock where it shocks your muscles and you don't have to move anymore.
Oh, I want shock my muscles.
I'm just saying, we're constantly trying to make life easier.
Yeah.
I mean, this is for the rich, obviously. The poor is going to be screwed.
I mean, I can't deny that I wouldn't be curious about what my dad would think about my life now. Because, I mean, he's been dead for 13 years. And if I could ask.
13 now, too.
Well, he didn't record the thing.
Oh, no, I understand. Thank you. Thank you for driving that stake into my heart.
Okay, well, my dad's dead. All our dads are dead.
I'm saying if I could, would I be curious? Yeah, I would be. Like, if I could ask him, hey, what do you think, how are things going in now? Oh, you're doing a good job, I'd hope we could say.
By the way, my mom's told me enough about my dad where any topic, I kind of know where he's leaning. I got to know what he'd say.
I actually have a recording of my dad right here. Here we go.
I'm not afraid to admit that I love a good cum eater. There's something so satisfying about swallowing a man's load and knowing that it's all for me. I love the taste and the feeling of it filling my mouth. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I love you, Dad.
Can you just ask her regular questions?
No, I ran out of questions because I got too horny and I blew them all. I only had 5 and I got too horny and I blew all my questions.
Are they all like that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tom gave you the Pawn Stars. Sorry, gave you the
If you ask her about the weather, she's going to be like,
I'm like, how's the weather? She's
out.
like, oh my God, I can't wait to drink your weather. It's
all going to have a certain theme.
I hope you pee in my butthole with the weather.
Okay,
anyway.
just curious.
I know it's absurd,
Yeah,
but it seems to me like if this technology exists now, that in 100 years, I mean, it's going to be they'll be able to emulate someone else's personality, voice,
absolutely.
and then too close enough.
I think it's closer than 100 years, though.
I'm talking where it can therefore trick your mind into you just never losing the person. The person's obviously the whole personality and voice is downloaded.
And that's what Blade Runner. That's what Blade Runner is about.
But there's a less invasive version of this that's kind of going on now, and I know even Brendan's dad sort of did this, where you're documenting somebody who may be up in age, who might have wonderful stories to tell, but you're not going as far as trying to take their thoughts and how they engineer what they say into some sort of strange AI model. The Living Legacy project. I mean, that to me is the real, that's the authentic way to do what we're talking about. If you want to curate memories of someone who's so special, you want to keep their essence alive forever. That's the way to do it. The AI model is so flawed that you end up getting weird. They end up saying weird stuff. Like
what Riley said.
Yeah, like Riley said. It does. It ends up being weird. I
do kind of laugh at
because nobody fits a true model is what I was trying to get to. It's you know what I mean? It's like when you tell people are you a, and I'm not talking politics, but it's like when you say are you conservative or you're liberal? Well, most people are all of that, right? Most people aren't just one or the other.
Yeah, it's more complicated.
Yeah, it's but you can't. Yeah, so it's just not going to work.
But the old record your like grandparents' stories, so you have them forever.
So fucking boring. Oh my god! I don't want to hear the fucking old. Oh my god!
I do laugh a little bit.
It's like you hiking with your family. It take forever
because
when we play this on 1.75, I can't listen to my grandpa tell stories. Oh my god!
Like every time my pop-up would tell me stories in his garage, like I wasn't like, oh please, I'm like sitting here.
Tell us another one. Fire up another war story, Grandpa.
I would in my mind be like, oh my god, I've heard this 100 times. You know what I'm saying? So the likelihood of me, turning on the old
just bad people
podcast of his stories and listening to them while I work out, I'm like never going to do that.
Because even as a young boy, I remember playing checkers with Pa Bob, my grandpa, and he'd be like, you go swimming today? And I'm like, yeah. And he'd go, you get your feet wet? I'm like, oh, fuck. The old feet wet joke again. This motherfucker.
Are you going to dial it up?
I'm like, this motherfucker going to make me play checkers with him again? Are you going to run through all of his dumb
what's
stories?
the end of that joke? I don't know the end of that one.
It doesn't even make any sense. It's just like, you go swimming today? I'm like, yeah. You go, you get your feet wet? I'm like, well, yeah, I had to get my feet wet, you fucking idiot.
Oh, man.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt. The same way my dad, like, I remember the time standing in my garage when I realized that I was more intelligent than my father. I remember it. I remember where I was standing. I was driving a black F-150 Ford since 2002. And
Lightning? Did you have the Lightning ones?
No, it's not a Lightning. It was bare bones, roll down windows, all I could afford. Mm-hmm. And then my dad said something, and I was like, holy shit, that's stupid. And that was it. I knew it. I knew that was the time. I knew.
So, John, have you found yourself? I'm not sure how old you are.
I'm 41.
Guess.
I'm 41.
Okay, so you're my
age.
age.
You guys look young.
Yeah.
God, I look like your old little grandpa.
Do you see things and think that you could do them often? Like, for
Depends
instance,
what it is.
Is this the story you didn't want to tell me?
Give me an example.
Yeah.
I know my limitations, though.
All right.
He's been holding back. He's been holding back from some story.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
I know my limitations because I have all limitations.
Well, yeah, Daniel's very realistic.
Tall shelves, no good for Daniel.
Anybody says stuff to me like, can you do that? I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
The problem with limitations is they change, all right?
Okay.
And you, in your mind, you know your limitations, but the problem is you constantly age.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes you knowing your limitations were your limitations of 5 years ago.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And then
you also sort of rest in your limitations too, because you're not always testing yourself.
And your limitations have changed, so it's not too often people like every 6 months. How long? Every year.
Oh, there's a guy in our chat room that inherited a parrot from his mother who says his name in her voice. Sorry, I just had to say.
Parrots live for like 100 years.
I just had to say
too.
that because that just sounds like the creepiest shit
You're
I've
stuck
ever.
with that parrot for a long time.
And it sounds like your mom, and it says your name. Holy fuck!
Well, that's jury juice is good.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm telling you, it's really good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I need examples.
Yeah,
you're gonna ask.
Load them up for John.
Well, this happens to me all the time.
Yeah, you think you can beat everybody at everything, but every time I see online, you lose.
Okay,
he got it. He didn't know it.
I saw that swimming thing. You couldn't even beat that big fat guy.
More dialed in than I thought.
I know. Don't remind me.
John called him the fat guy.
He's been swimming all his life. He knew the strokes.
Did you pay John to call him the fat guy?
And he's a former athlete.
Did you pay John to call him the fat guy?
No, I saw him get out of the pool.
And he's not as fat.
Did you pay John to do this?
In my mind, he was fat as Jelly Roll, and he's not as fat as Jelly Roll.
He is more buoyant in the water.
He's more Jelly Roll than he is.
Anyway.
I was thinking of
blue whales are big, too, and they can swim.
So, in fact,
is he listening right now?
Yeah. He's in the chat room right now. He said, hey, fuck you.
All right, that's fine.
So, I used to...
He can beat me in swimming, too.
I used to love, on the radio, like making the claim that I could beat anybody double my age or whatever. I remember back when I was like, if you're 65-year-old
now you really could do it.
That
What's
was just a shtick. I didn't know you really loved it.
Well, I loved it because there's always the stereotype of the old man that still thinks he's got it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like,
oh my God, he's right here.
Most old men,
you're that old man
don't got it. Because how can you? Right. Because your body is old.
You can't have it forever.
You think you do, but your body is dying, and that's what happens. It's reality. You know. So, and then getting to the point where you realize that is funny to me because no matter what, you're going to think you're better than you are.
With my hips, any of these teenagers could push me down and beat me up.
Again, this doesn't apply.
It makes me so sad. It makes me. So sad.
So this happened to me the other night when Max got back from breakdancing, and I usually
Wait a minute. He takes breakdancing.
yeah, he likes
He's dead serious, but don't make fun of it.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
make fun of
By
it.
the way, I look at it like
He's on the Red Bull tour.
like an hour of core exercises. Like
I'm the only one that actually takes it seriously. I think it's cool.
I don't think it's not
my
cool. I'm
daughter
just surprised.
dances. Max is doing breakdancing. He's sticking with it.
I thought your kids didn't like doing anything. They
No,
just-
Max does the
Good.
breakdance.
he
got
asked
the
to
bug.
do it. Crystal found this place, and so I take him there. It's by
Where is
it's
it?
by the jail.
It's at this place called Slappy's house.
It's by the
They
jail.
just have inmates come
It's-
teach the kids.
No, it's a trap house.
It's not next to the jail. It's just in the area.
jail. It's in the
Orange
jail.
County jail?
No, 33rd.
Yeah, it's a work release program, right?
Okay.
And
They let them out, and Max goes into the yard.
yeah. So anyway,
Is it off of Oak Ridge?
And no, not Oak Ridge.
All right.
I don't want to say it.
All right. You don't want to give them a plug because they didn't pay for it. I get it.
Anyway, so and again, I look. It's an hour of core exercise. I mean, they're just the amount of
They're
exercise.
popping and locking.
Yeah, they're flipping around.
Well, it's about like
Stall.
Do they roll out the linoleum floor? and
They have
just
a good
start-
floor. They do the stalls.
Is that a dance studio? Anyway,
And this guy's
Okay.
doing the flips, and he does
All
the
right.
stall.
Does he dress the part too?
so.
Street clothes.
I take
Hammer
them
pants.
every Thursday, and I go. I drop them off. I sit in my truck. I do my
What do you-
gambling
yeah,
research
yeah.
for 45
Okay.
minutes. Then I go in, and then the last 10 minutes they bring in all the parents.
So wait, I'm going to stop you right now because if you say, "Oh, I could break dance," I don't believe that. But go ahead,
I'm not
continue.
a breakdance.
Continue.
I hate to say this,
Uh-huh.
but I totally agree with you. I have not heard this story. He was holding on to this, and I'm gonna.
This is where it's going. I'm just going to. I'm going to call.
I mean, you can't. You have told me that you can't walk from Gringos Locos in the Amway back to your seat without spilling every drop of beer you hold in your hand.
That's because I'm
Continue.
stiff walking.
Yeah, so you stiff walk. What would lead you or anyone to believe that you could break dance if you can't even walk back to your seat with two beers?
It's not a full break dance. It's just one particular move.
A stall?
Like
No.
when they're up on their arms and stuff.
No, it's called CC.
Why you get timid? Why you get you're doing like Timmy ordering a sandwich?
No,
now.
no.
You're like it's called a CC, and you're like looking away.
So they're learning this it's just yesterday actually, and they're learning this CC thing, and there's some footwork. It's called top rock is when you're dancing around on your feet, and
When
when
you're
you
doing
get down to your hands, it's called footwork.
So top rock is when you're up above.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're down on the floor, it's called footwork.
Yeah. So
Got
it's
it.
part of footwork, and there's this thing called a CC, and then they're learning that, and so anyway, the last 10 minutes of the thing, you all walk in, and then you watch the kids
Yeah.
do
You
it.
show mom and dad what you've been working
Yeah.
on.
They get in a cipher, and then they all get the middle. By the way, I can't believe my son. Like they're like, who wants to go first? And Max is like, I just.
Oh, he's
I'm like,
back.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
it's
it.
impressive.
It's a battle.
It blows me and Tommy's
Yeah.
mind.
It is impressive.
I can't even believe that he's so
Wait till
willing to get
wait till
in a
they get the
circle.
knives out like the Beat It video.
Yeah, look, I'll give
No,
Max.
it's
Max
so
his
different.
flowers all day long. It is very much like it is impressive that I've seen the videos. The
Yeah,
teacher's
yeah.
like, "Okay, I need a
That must
volunteer."
be-
Max is like,
Yeah.
"Vans in." Boom.
Awesome. That's great.
No,
That's great.
That's
all about it.
That's some sort of crystal DNA in there that is nothing because I never get in the
It's awesome.
dance circles for my mortal enemy.
Okay.
So then we're at home eating dinner, and then Crystal's like, "Oh, tell me about breakdancing tonight." Max is like, "Oh, we're learning this, blah blah," and we got Dad took some video, and then
Wait, before you go any further, how did he get into breakdancing?
I don't know, but he
His
says
black friends, you idiot. No, it's a joke.
He goes to school in Casimir. I told you.
That was a joke.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
So anyway, we're talking at dinner about what he learned. and
Nobody
then-
talks at dinner about breakdancing, by the way. That's pretty awesome.
And then I'm like Max, show mom your CC, and he gets on the floor showing it, and then I'm like, oh, I could do that, and I'm not joking.
Why'd you do that?
Can you pull this up so I know what he's talking
No, but
about?
why would you do that? That's his
He's trying
moment.
to, like,
Why did you
show
do
up
that?
your kid?
Why did you do that? That's
What do you
not
mean?
your moment.
What do you mean?
Hey, Max, what did you work on at breakdancing? Show him your CC. He does it, and then you go, I can do that. It's not
No,
your
you took it.
moment.
No, you took it like that. That's an emotional person taking it like.
Why not just shut the fuck up and let him have his moment? You don't
Well, I
need to
want
get
to show
down.
him that I can do it too.
But nobody cares if you can do it because you don't care about breakdancing, you idiot.
Well, me and Tommy care. I don't know if he cared. Chris don't care, but I care.
It's not your moment.
Anyway, I got.
Oh, people are agreeing with me. Yes, I'm not too crazy.
I need to see what this move is, though. Can you
Okay,
pull that
I'll
up? I'm just curious.
CC?
Because I want to see if
Is it the letter C,
if
letter
you can
C?
really
It's
do
not
it.
hard. In fact, it's
Obviously.
seemingly
Apparently.
pretty easy. You're like basically on your arms, like you know how
You're taking a shit.
your crab walk or whatever.
Okay.
But it's like and then you take your knee and then you go and you kind of tweak your knee over to one side and then back. Anyway, you wouldn't understand.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm not.
You're not a breaker.
You're not a b-boy.
Oh, I gotta turn that down.
What is it?
Oh, these are
there he
free
goes.
breakdancing tutorials.
Nice.
Okay, that's a windmill. That's a way you dance.
What's that one?
That's a footwork. Oh, that's called the Indian style jump. Yeah.
You can't say Indian style. You gotta go crisscross applesauce.
It's pretzel.
CCs. And CCs is very important because it's one of the most common.
The building block of all
So we're gonna start off on the
breakdancing.
ground, leaving one leg forward,
Okay.
one leg back.
There you go.
So far, I think you can do this.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
I'm telling you, it looks easy.
I'll fast
And
forward.
It tricks you into thinking it's
Okay.
so easy.
Down,
See, look
switch, CC.
Oh.
Down, switch, CC, down, switch.
Yeah, there it is.
So
That's
let's
it.
try with me.
That looks easy, right?
I mean, not for a guy with bad hips. No, I'm looking at that. I'm like, there's no fucking way I can do
All
that.
right. Well, I looked at it and I was gonna bet my life I could do it. and I got down there on the floor, and my whole family was
I
watching.
like when I answered the complete opposite thing of what you said. You're like, well, I thought I could do it.
And then
So you told Max I can do that.
Yeah. And then I got down there and I could not do it. I couldn't even.
But Max could.
I hurt the side of my feet.
Yeah, well, you
and then-
deserve that.
And then everybody was like, like they brushed it off.
Yeah,
and I
maybe
was-
it's not for you, buddy.
But then I sat there and I was like, oh my God.
Wait, what was hard about it? Was it like the physical, or you just couldn't figure out which way to put your leg and what?
I don't
Well, I don't know if you know this, but he's a fucking idiot. He can't do anything.
Like that
I don't
thing
know.
with like the floss thing. Like adults can't
Yeah.
do that, right? Because their mind just doesn't work.
Andrea
No,
can
I can
floss.
do it. I can
Andrea
floss.
Like the dancing.
I can't
thing.
do it.
But
Andrea can floss.
No,
I
no,
can't.
I can do it right now.
Do it right now.
Let
Do
me
it
see
right
your- Let
now.
me see your floss.
Oh,
That's not. Oh,
That's
what
a
are you
no.
doing?
hold on.
Yeah. Well,
Look at it. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing it plus here.
I guess.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm
Here,
doing
turn
it.
your camera back on.
I'm doing it.
I don't know about that.
That's closer
It's like
than
that episode of Bluey where they try to get the grandpa and grandma to floss, and they
No.
do it over the iPad.
I'm doing it just as good as Max does the floss. I'm just saying.
Why? But wait.
Huh?
You're not, and why do you have to say that? He's a better dancer than you. You can't. You're gonna kill something that's like super important to him if you have to compete with him to do it. It's not for you, dude.
All I'm saying, John, is that.
Oh, he took me out of the equation. You see that? I just got asked to leave.
When was the last time you saw something physical that you were convinced you could do, and then you went and tried to do it?
I don't know.
Or is
I'm
that other people don't do this? Like, I'm constantly looking at things. I'm like, I could do that.
It's probably different with a girl, daddy daughter, right? I mean, it's different for me because there's a lot of shit. Like I look at her ballet and I'm like, I can't do that. I look
Yeah,
at her
well,
do it.
yeah,
she
she's
do a
doing
back
advanced-
handspring. I'm
yeah.
like, I can't do that. Like that's not even something I can like.
Well, yeah, well, that stuff is advanced. I mean, she's way an advanced
You're also
dancer.
dismissing the move that you are kind of alluding to not being advanced that you can't do.
But this is not an advanced move. I'm saying this is an easy
advanced for you.
thing. I'd like to see other fat dads do it.
I know I can't do it.
Like, if you're a fat dad over 41 and you could do a CC, send the
Send the
video.
video, yeah. You can use the app.
Yeah, I'll give
So
you a
wait, once
prize.
again, what was the hard part? Was it the choreography part of it, or the physical, like
When
lifting
you-
your body up?
When you try to switch hands and then do the knee tweaky,
So like your legs didn't move that way.
That you can, I don't have the coordination
All right.
or the strength to do that.
You have the strength. You're strong.
Well, not like that. I'm just telling you.
I mean,
learned
I couldn't do that. Like I know I couldn't.
but it looks easy, right?
It does. I mean, here, I'll put it back up.
Look at this.
Look here.
But I know it's harder than it looks. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Well, not that fast. I mean, he's doing a crazy,
Well, Max was doing it that fast on the video that Crystal put up there.
Yeah.
He's good.
Anyway.
How many challenges are you going to keep doing with your boys? Now you have to do a challenge with Tommy.
Well, I could blow the doors off any day. Well,
Okay, I think I can understand. I kind of feel it now.
You know what?
I think I'm kind of feeling this now. There's a small, competitiveness within the Van men. I like that.
We were at cross country and we were running.
Where you're like, I could do that too.
No, well, I go with them every morning.
Yeah, doesn't Crystal go too?
She started. She quit already.
Yeah. I love Crystal, just like me. I love it.
But I'm still going, and then now it's gotten harder and harder. So now we're running, and
that's cross country.
Yeah, but it started off slow. Started off a good pace. Anyway, so we're running.
How far are we running? How far are we running kids cross country?
So they want to do a mile.
That's not cross country. That's just running a mile.
Yeah.
Cross country is like 5 miles.
But it's like this is kindergartners through 5th grade.
Right.
Like it's young elementary school.
That's who you're competing against.
Well, they send the kindergartners out first.
You can beat those kids.
I go with the 3rd and 4th graders when Max and Tommy go.
A little more of a challenge.
Anyway, so me and Max were huffing and puffing it, and Tommy's out there running full hoodie jeans, by the way, like hot.
Yeah, just cranking.
It's hot as hell in the morning too, and I tried to catch up to him, and he's got some extra stamina that I couldn't.
Well, he's also 35 years younger than you, right?
Yeah.
Or however old he is.
Lean, weighs nothing. He can.
Yeah, at the long distance running, I forgot that they have a little more stamina than I do. Anyway,
aren't you like doing like a marathon or something?
Yes, he's working on it.
The more I look at it, the more I get disheartened by
mini Ironman. They call it.
It's a triathlon,
like aluminum man, something.
It's a sprint triathlon.
I'm mini aluminum man.
Anyway, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You're going to follow through with it.
Next week, I'm going to really get to work.
Maisie says things
after the beer fest.
Maybe this will make you feel better. Maisie already says things like. Now, like, this is embarrassing, but I'll say it. Already says things now like, hey, are you going to come out and watch me dance? Because, I know you can't walk very good. Quit
telling her.
Yeah, well, I'm honest about
Maybe you should just get a rascal now.
And she's like, I want
lower her expectations.
I want a rascal now. If I had a rascal now, I could go and do things.
No, you don't
get out
need
there
that.
And take my life back.
You don't need that. You're fine.
Get a rascal and take my life back.
You can get a rascal.
Yeah, I wanted one before I found out I needed a double thigh pass.
Maybe insurance will pay for that, right?
No, I already checked. I already checked it. They won't. Too young.
Your hips are fine. They're fine.
I don't know.
Let's take a break.
All right.
When we come back, we'll do some voicemail.
Voicemails, emails, your questions, whatever. The name of the band is Slow Pulp. The name of the song is Cramps. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOM-NDAN, show at TomandDan.com. If you do want to slide in one last email, we'll come back, one more segment, walk ourselves into a weekend.
Family-friendly service, that's American Air and Heat. You can find them at AmericanAirandHeat.com.
Love these guys.
10% off. Also, if you mention Tom and Dan.
I'm hearing a theme here. This 10% off when I mentioned Tom and Dan deal is, like, seriously, you guys could save thousands of dollars. And we're getting you free beers at places and stuff. Look, we're working for you.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, if you have an old AC unit that is 15, 20 years old.
Yeah, but now's the time while it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Don't do it when it's blazing hot, first day of August. Do it now.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get a lot of better deals. Just talk to them. And then look what extra you're spending on your energy bill a month by having an old unit. Yeah. If it's $100 a month and then they have financing or whatever, look what the financing is. I mean, if it's comparable now, you're like, well, whatever, I'm going to save $100. That's what I did when I got a new system.
If you're going to stay there, you need an air conditioner.
Yeah. And eventually it's going to break down, and then when it breaks down, it's going to be worse if you don't, fix the problem before.
You can put it on payment plans. You can talk to them. They have different incentives. They have different first of all, they're going to walk through your house and they're going to design it correctly like they did for Tom.
Yeah. New duct work and
yours
stuff.
was all wrong. My house, here's the thing, is that when they build these houses, like, it doesn't matter who they are. They don't, most things are done poorly, right? Like, my house was underpowered and your ducts were all wrong.
Yeah. Or using technology from 30 years ago. When was your house built? When was the ACE central air put in? Think about it. Anyway, and also with any sort of service calls, with any sort of preventative maintenance, what you need, it's AmericanAirandHeat.com.
How about a freestyle today? A little one?
Oh, you can beatbox, freestyle, and dance at the same time. I think you should take them out to do some...
I'll get you. Watch me do those CC. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
No Samantha, but Bus Decker is here. Hey, thanks for being here, buddy.
You should take Tommy to go do some tagging.
What do you mean?
Some spray painting.
Oh,
yeah, that's part of the hip hop lifestyle, right?
You could. You know what you could do for Max? You know what you could do for Max? On the left side, of your house, the fence that you need to repair.
Yeah, let him
tag it up crazy.
Come on.
Let him spray graffiti is
not yet.
Yeah, but he will be. It's just a gateway drug. Spray fencing is the gateway drug to tagging.
Manscaped.com. Use promo code TomandDan20 for 20% off your purchase and free shipping worldwide. If you're looking for any kind of trimmer for your beard.
This is the Handyman. This is a little bit more portable solution for your DOP kit. There's also the, Lawnmower 3.0. There's the hedge clipper. There's the weed whacker.
Yeah. And so when you purchase anything off their website, use our promo code, again, TomandDan20, and you'll get 20% off your purchase and free shipping.
And it's your pubes. It's to...
Yeah.
I don't even like having pubes. Yeah. I don't even like pubes.
Get rid of them.
No, I want to get rid of them for good.
You can laser them off, I guess.
No, I don't think you can do that.
Maybe like a radiation thing.
I don't think men are doing that. I don't think a 47-year-old man
would be like, why are you doing this?
Like, why? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I would have to get, and this is becoming more of a problem. I would have to get my shaft shot because I have a hairy shaft.
Come on,
right on the bottom. About like if my penis is 4 inches,
the skin just sagged
if
down.
My penis is 4 inches at its best,
you're embellishing.
The first, I'm saying at its peak. I'm saying I'm giving it everything I have.
When Riley talks like that,
yeah. When Riley sets me up, the first 2 inches are literally like mohair sweater.
Come on.
I mean, it's thick. Like a pipe cleaner.
Let's do some voicemails. John, you want to help us out?
Sure. Do I have a choice?
No.
We're going to, I mean, you can sit there silently.
Yeah, you could. You could say, I'm not doing this.
That's what you tell Crystal. Sit there silently.
If you want to leave us a voicemail message, you can do so on our app. Our app, update it or delete and re-download. A lot of bug fixes have been done, and that actually just came out or was just approved yesterday. All right, here we go. First one. This guy was mad yesterday. Really mad.
So this is a message for probably something other than a corporate time. Did you know that Pornhub regularly shuts down between 1 and 4 every day for maintenance? I guess the Canadians don't fuck or jerk off between 1 and 4. What the fuck?
I checked because he had just... I was.
You had to do some research.
I was sitting here as soon as this message came in, and I went Pornhub, typed it in, 1 to 4, and it's sure enough.
Closed down.
It said down for maintenance, and there was nothing. And then it said...
Every day?
Really?
It said down, and then it said, what time is it? I guess I could go there now. And I went there, and it said closed for maintenance, and then it said, please, when is the last time you've... And it said this. When is the last time you've jerked off or jilled off to one of our other... two partners, and it had other ones. And it led me to believe that the term jill off, get rid of it. It's dumb. It's disgusting.
I've never even heard of that.
I've heard it before.
I've heard it before. Female version.
Yeah. I've heard it before, and I'm just here to tell you, whoever invented that or thought of it should be killed. It's dumb. Stupid.
Well,
I hate
jill
it.
is the opposite of jack.
I understand
right?
that.
Okay,
if you're jacking off, like if I jack off, I'm jacking off. If my wife is jilling off, she's jacking off. That's what it's just called, jacking off. That's all it's called. There's no jilling off. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's fingering.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. You scared me when you said that. You scared me when you said that.
Well,
like you couldn't believe you were saying
two
that.
different things.
It is. It's fingering.
Hey, sorry.
I love fingering. I'm not allowed to finger anymore.
So
fingering is one of my favorite things in the world.
So wait,
what
why are they
is
down
maintenance?
for maintenance for 3 hours every day?
Yeah,
They got it. Maybe I go through there and scrape all of the like revenge videos and probably some
I'm
child
sure there's
porn
some
and
work behind the
stuff
scenes
that
that you
shouldn't
don't
be
think
on there,
about.
right?
Yeah, but don't they do that instantly? They don't just wait, because if that's true, then like 12:45, there's full of revenge porn. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
We got 15 minutes.
Yeah, like it's full of revenge porn and child porn, like right there.
But
like,
YouTube
right
is. I went on YouTube yesterday and showed you a video of Freddy Krueger with his titties out.
Well,
You remember when Freddy Krueger turns into like he's a nurse and he like turns around and he's like, unzip me, Joey. And he turns around, he sticks the tongue in Joey's mouth, and then he shoots the tongues on his arms. And then
Yeah,
he
we
has his
played
titties.
it on ACT,
Yeah, but the titties are out.
All right.
Full on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Dude, it's the Wild West. If you go to YouTube,
Yeah,
and
you
you know
got
what to
time.
look for. Everything's
They
on there.
upload like thousands of hours on YouTube
this
every
has been,
minute.
but this video has been used and on there for years, and it's just titties, and it's not down.
Well, it just, I guess the bots haven't scanned it or haven't figured
been
it
up there for years.
It must be the quality of, because it's an old movie or
Maybe
something.
they
like
haven't had any complaints, so there's no need to go after it.
Well,
I flagged it.
oh, you did.
software does it. But with the maintenance, what is, like, we need to talk to Matthew, our app guy, and find out
I
what.
bet it's getting rid of videos that shouldn't have been uploaded. That sounds
Well,
correct.
Is that?
Well, people on there.
But
Now, I've never done this. Look,
every single second, or, like, they have to shut down the site to do it?
I think maybe they do. I mean, like, this is just a guess, because I know that on tube sites, primarily adult sites, that you can go one step further. Now, look, I've never done this. I swear on my daughter's life. I don't have an account where I've put in my email. Like some people, I guess, do go, like, you will join Pornhub, put in your email, and then you are given the ability to save and favorite videos you like. And I think there are people that really...
That's a different level of pervert.
That's a different level of pervert. It is. It really is. Look, I talk a big game. I talk a big game. I say a lot of shit on here.
Yeah.
When push comes to shove and you start looking at my history, you're going to be really disappointed. I'm a pretty boring motherfucker. I'm a liar. I'm a liar.
Don't give Mr. Hub your email.
Right. But there are people, though, that have accounts. There are people that subscribe to Pornhub, because I know what it's called. If you want the Pornhub Red, I think it's called, or Xvideos Red.
Oh, what's the Red?
That's you're charged $9.99 a month or whatever.
What do you get with that?
You get extra videos that are maybe a little bit newer. The extra videos that like are from Brazzers that are their new releases, not the ones from 03 to like 2017, because remember, all
those are the
porn,
best years.
But all porn, I mean, like, it's changed. I mean, it's all dried up now.
08 is the best year. That is, as far as like
08 is
porn
the
was
best
a
year. This
wine.
guy knows. Holy crap!
It's like a vintage wine.
Well,
It's
he's
like,
a pervertone. Like, or what do you call that? A sommelier.
Yeah.
Before the things got crazy online,
Yeah.
08 was peak Pornhub.
It was before everybody moved to OnlyFans and everybody started producing their own content. There were still, you had to work for
there were still
production
contract
companies.
girls. They were still like big name stars, Brazzer girls.
But it was just about the end of it. You know, like, and then 09, all done.
All gone. All gone. And then don't even get me started about the pandemic and OnlyFans. In some circles, the pandemic was created to shut down the tube sites.
Do you think they chose 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time because
less people jacking it there at work?
No, I was thinking in the world time zone.
It's nighttime, right?
No.
It's daytime.
I
was in a different time
to 4
zone.
p.m. It's like right after lunch. Right after lunch.
Night times are money makers.
I know. That's why I thought this was an odd time if they shut it down.
Not 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.
All right.
That's premium.
All right.
I'm jacking it then.
Now, it is nighttime in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So,
he knows his time zone.
Yeah.
He knows how they
It's
work.
5 o'clock
He doesn't think the Earth is flat at all.
But it's probably only the United States servers, right? And then
I thought they said it was in Canada.
It's a Canada site.
Oh, okay, like in the Americas.
North America.
So then, in the time zone of the Americas, 1 to 4 p.m. may be the deadest time.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure they looked at their stats and their data and said, "This is the lowest time anybody's on our site. Let's shut it down."
Well, most people are at work, right?
Yeah.
Like at least most people in North America are in work.
Yeah, even on the West Coast is like 10 a.m.
Who jacks it the most, you think? What state watches the most pornography?
Oh, New Jersey. It's the worst state.
I'll find it. I mean, what state watches the...
Ask Riley. See if Riley knows the answer to that one.
I shut that window down because I was very disappointed. You want to go into voicemails, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go back in here. Sorry, I closed that window out too.
Yeah, with the Pornhub, and
here we go.
It seems like though 4 hours or 3 hours is way too much.
It doesn't seem like it should.
It doesn't need that long.
It doesn't seem like it should take that long to just get rid of videos you don't want in there. They should have already been flagged. All right, here's the next one. Remember, these are spicier because they're saved for AMT.
Yep.
Hey, I heard my message played on the Friday free show, so I'm encouraged to send another one. You're talking about women with vaginal piercings. Well, I dated this girl just out of high school that had one, and it was as mediocre as it could be. She absolutely refused to give blowjobs. We would just have like regular straight sex. It was not bad by any means, but it was just like, this is regular, but you have this thing down here that should be special. Anyway, fast forward, I joined the Army. Life moves on. We're still together when I joined the Army. She gets a boob job while I'm in basic training. Oh, it's great. I come out, we're hanging out, I'm playing with them things, and then I get deployed to Iraq. And I don't think she waited for the plane to take off before she was cheating on me. Obviously, we weren't going to get married. It wasn't going to last forever. But I think she could have waited for the plane to take off.
Well, the old Jody scenario, right? Yeah. I had a lot of friends in DeLand. They were military guys and almost all of them were cheated on.
When he's talking about the vaginal piercing, he's saying it felt the same for the guy. Of course it did, but I think it's for the woman.
I don't know what it's for.
Like
the only one I've ever seen.
Her experience, not his. What's that going to do?
The only
for
one
the
I've
guy?
ever seen is the one through and I'm going to try to be clinical here, through the hood of the clitoris.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah, that's the only. But there's other ones too. There's different ones.
Yeah, there's other
Some
ones.
of those old ladies, they get the pirates. They get like the multiple rings on there. You look like
pick up stones with those things.
Yeah, it looks like Jack Sparrow over here. I'm not into the Jack Sparrow.
I don't know if the other ones will do anything necessarily.
No.
Yeah,
you can carry a cinder block. I've seen those ladies. The ladies that they use their lips to carry a cinder block.
Yeah.
Are there there's special piercing spots where you got to go to get that stuff done, right? You ain't go to Claire's for that.
I don't know if all piercing places do that. Normally, I want to say that tattoo shops do the vaginal no, but there is a piercing place that I took Maisie to get her ears pierced because we didn't want to take her just to a piercing pagoda or whatever and use the gun. We wanted a licensed Florida artist, to a person that knows what to do.
Yeah.
So, but then when I was in there, I was looking around and Maisie's getting her ears pierced, and I'm thinking to myself, I think this place does
everything.
Vag piercings rather.
Yeah.
I think they do that, but I don't know how. I think you got to be a pretty forward person to walk in and pump yourself up to reveal that, right?
We don't have to reveal it.
You do have to reveal it.
You can say it verbally, and then they'll say yes or no.
No.
Will you pierce this?
No, you don't just pull it out when I'm saying.
Do you pierce this?
I'm saying you're nervous enough when you're having sex with a new partner for the first time. I can only imagine you'd be maybe as much or even more nervous because you're not getting that much great pleasure out of it of saying, yes, I'm here to get my vagina pierced, and then you lay on there and you pull your pants down, some guy comes over and starts holding your clit hood, and he gives
you've sort of processed all this before you've gone in.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any of that, so I don't know.
I don't
know anybody with that. I guess we'd have to talk. Is anybody in the chat room that has one of these?
How hard do you think it is to get a piercing license?
Not very hard. I've seen the guys that have it.
But it's hard to get a barbering license. I'm sure there's something you have to do.
Yes, you have to go through some sort of test.
Sure.
But what is it? What's the test?
Do you practice on all the parts of the body to put a piercing through, or just
I don't
ears
know
and nose?
Do you have to apprentice?
Hope you can do the rest of it.
Do you have to apprentice and get some hours?
I'm sure you do.
We should talk to Gary.
Is part of your license per body part? It's got to be, right? Because your septum.
Now you're going to learn
different.
I can do ears and nose, but I can't do
And
other
then that
parts of
little
your
side
body.
cartilage.
If I could do a nose, I could do a clit.
I think the clit's easier.
You can't even break dance. You think you could do that?
I think I'd be more excited to do the clit. I mean, like if you're like a nose, I see a nose all day long.
You just throw that in for free. I'll do your nose.
Yeah, you know what? If you get exactly,
it's the nose of the vagina. That's what I know.
it is on the top,
like a BOGO situation.
It does stick out.
It's right on top of the mouth.
No, don't. That's right. My wife has a blossom vagina. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that.
Oh, come on. All right. Next. I like how we once Bus Decker could do a dirty show, we do the dirtiest.
All right, you want another one?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got to delete vag.
What if Mo fires you?
He's gonna text me. Oh, you're fired.
Brand. Yeah, where it's like.
No.
I'm just like the cops. I don't want you in there talking about clits.
Let's try this one.
All right, guys. I think I just discovered something. Actually, I know I just discovered something. Don't mind the background noise. I'm driving. This all just happened to me right now. I'll explain. So you know when you're driving and you got to go pee and you're like, it gets to the point where you're like, I'm just going to pee in this bottle.
Never had that.
I've never had that happen.
I've never been driving and been like, I can't. It's impossible for me to pull over and find a bathroom. I'm going to have to pee right now. And I have prostatitis. I got a bunch of pain down there and irritation.
You're dying, man.
What?
Dude, you're dying.
I know. I tell my wife that all the time.
No, he's fine. Nothing's wrong with him.
No, it sounds terrible.
No, he's just
hips are broken.
Yeah. No,
my
he's
prostate's inflamed.
It's
red
get
hot
that
chest
rascal.
It's the same as everybody else.
I want the rascal. Here, we'll get
the
But the
man
bottle has such a small opening where like you can't really. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's just hard to get it into like a 2 liter. You know, try to pee into a 2 liter. So what I just did was I got an empty 2 liter or like a smaller version of that. You squeeze it a little bit, and then you put your dick lips on the mouthpiece. You know what I mean? And so you're creating negative pressure, and so it'll kind of give a little bit of suction. So that way you can pee, and it doesn't give you that blowback that you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't give you that pressure that you know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
you know what he's talking about, Tom.
I never thought about this, but there is some. This is triggering a memory that I had at church. So this guy's saying if you take a 2 liter, if you just keep it regular and you go to pee in it and you put your penis on the tip of the 2 liter and close it, that it's sealed, so nothing's going to come out. I've tried that before and I'm like, oh God.
Wait, why did you try it?
I forget what was happening. I think I was with Andrea and I was making a joke about pissing in a bottle, and it was just a joke.
All right.
To piss in the bottle. But then this guy, he's saying if you squeeze it, then when you start to pee in it, that it will almost create a vacuum and start pulling the pee out of you.
Oh, I think he means like your penis will go into it a little bit.
No.
I think that's what he means.
That's not what he means. You're pervert. You're pervert. That's not what he means.
No, it'll create a suction
on
it.
the top of it.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
I would rather not pee in any vessel. If I have to pee and I'm driving, I'll just be a real man and pull off the side of the road and walk over the retention pond, jump it, whatever I got to do, into the woods and stand there and pee as traffic's driving by like my dad did.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a pain in the ass. You got to stop and then get out.
But I'd rather do that than pee in my car.
Well, that's because you care if pee
gets in my car. Yeah. And I know Tom
Us animals.
Did you know that Tom...
Are you peeing in your car?
No, but he told me the other day that he hasn't washed his truck in 3 years.
Oh, my God.
3 years?
Wow.
So we lost a mobile DJ. I remember
Don't
one
you
time.
have 2 kids? They can wash your car for you.
Nah, they're lazy.
He's giving up on them.
I don't think and if they did it, it'd be a horrible job. To the point where might as well don't do it. I remember when I was in college and I was driving with the Wizard and he had to pee, and then I was like, there's no bottles around, so he found
in my mouth.
So he found a garbage bag and he just opened it up onto my
actually not a bad idea.
And just peed into the garbage bag.
It's probably better than a bottle.
I agree with John.
Unless there's a hole in the garbage bag.
But it was
that you don't know about.
It was just splashing all over your speakers.
Like when you're standing next to someone at a urinal and with sandals and you feel their pee-pee sprinkles like sprinkling your legs.
I wipe them on their. You know what I do? I lift my foot out and wipe them on their pants. If they have pants on, I'll take my toes and wipe their pee on their pants. I go, that's your pee.
There's thousands of micro sprinkles flying out of the urinal, falling over everything, and then you can feel the bigger ones.
My name was microsprinkles. Like, I feel like if I were a fairy.
And that's what happens. I mean, but also there's like just micro particles of pee-pee and doo-doo floating around the air.
Everywhere.
Which, again, I've told Crystal, like, she's like, don't bring your beer inside the public restroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I open my mouth and I breathe in the public restroom, so it's the same as the beer.
It makes you stronger, all those things.
Yeah.
It does.
Right.
Like when Sam's not here, I don't wash my hands.
No pee with the door open.
Yeah, I pee with the door open, no hand washing. I mean, it's just I got to toughen up while she's gone. You want to do another one, buddy?
Yeah.
Let's try. Let's go with this one right here.
Hey, what's going on, Tom and Dan? I was just listening to the BDM show, and you guys are talking about that telemarketer scam. And that motherfucker got me, too. And the way that Tom is describing it, it sounds like it's just one guy doing the same thing, because I got that same exact guy. He sounds like Patrick Warburton, like you said, or just like a burly Southern cop. He's like, hey, I'm calling from the fraternal order of the police.
I loved your impression.
They're trained to talk like that.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know what this is?
No.
Do you know what he's talking about? Go ahead and refresh Bus.
There is a documentary on HBO.
I've seen it, but I haven't actually
Telemarketer.
watched it.
And it's about basically what was happening in, and I fell for this. So it was back in 2000. I think it was like 2005 it started or somewhere around then, and then like it went on
that's
to
about right.
2016, 17 or whatever, and I think it died down after that. Anyway, they basically, these telemarketers would call and say they were from the Fraternal Order of Police, and ask for donations, and it started off where they were not allowed to say they were police officers, but it just spiraled out of control where they'd basically pretend to be police officers calling for the Fraternal Order of Police, and they'd send you a sticker that you put on the back of your car from the Fraternal Order of Police that people thought would somehow get them out of tickets or whatever. And so essentially, and then that happened to me. I didn't think it was a scam because the person dropped off the stickers, like they were local. I left them a check and they dropped off the stickers underneath their goddamn mat. Anyway,
how much did you pay for them?
It was
hundreds of dollars,
between like $60 and $110.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I got some thin blue line stickers in my car if you want to buy them from me.
Oh, that one's just as good.
Yeah, give me some of those. I need
that's
one
a new Fraternal.
We got to back the blue one over here.
Oh,
too.
give me that.
That one's more expensive.
Okay,
and
get you out of every ticket.
All right.
So this gentleman got taken like I did, and because
we've had a lot of these, by the way. I just kept that one because he was the most coherent. Most of our callers,
but you got the sticker. So were you really taken?
Well,
right?
You're right. That's what I said.
Hold on a second. This guy's an optimist.
Well, that's what I told Daniel and everybody. I was like, well, it can't be a scam.
Yeah,
they
but then
gave
he
me
lost the
things.
stickers because I need a new one. I said, where are they? We used to have hundreds of them. I think Butler took
I never
them
put them
quit.
on my truck. It was, but anyway.
I put one in the center of my license plate, which I was told is illegal, that you're not allowed to alter your license plate.
It turns out no money went to the Fraternal Order of Police. Or
that's not why you were donating, right?
Well,
you didn't care.
You
just wanted to get out of tickets.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's
not
not
everybody.
Scam to you then.
Well, that's the scam, and it doesn't get you out of tickets. I guess.
Have you gotten tickets? Although you didn't have it on yours.
Oh, so you don't his license suspended.
You don't even know because you didn't have it on yours.
No. I even if it is on there, I guess the cops knew, and that doesn't do anything. Anyways,
you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, here we go.
Hey, listening to OG show, 100% agree with Seth about, putting a thumb in there, pushing down on it. He was 100% right. I know I'm late. I know that's just 4 years ago, but I'm just listening to this OG. And, yeah, man. Just let your old lady just rub a finger across there when she's blowing you next time. See how fast you come.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, this guy's saying that while your old lady's blowing you, that if she just runs her finger over your butthole, you'll blast, whale blast, or if it's thumb in your asshole.
Did you say you saved all these ones for me, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're all red flagged.
In what position are you in?
The Dwight Howard. It's a show me the meat scenario. He's holding your thighs down. That's what another part of it was. The guy was on the bed, and supposedly Dwight Howard's holding his thighs down, and the guy couldn't move, so he just had to let him blow.
That was allegations that he's this sexual assault. But anyway, so
give me the meat.
I have heard from other people that there is some sort of prostate play.
Not for
that
me.
Enhances
Not for me.
it. But I just can't
No, I'm not into
imagine
that.
I could ever get past like how uncomfortable and awkward that is.
Well, just
for
the fact
my
that she
wife.
can hold that over you. You know?
No,
Like-
well, it's just like.
but you've never done that to her either, right?
No,
Me neither. I'm just
This is why you need Brendan here. This week, honestly.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He knows like a lot about this stuff.
No, but for the
He can help
male,
us out.
but there is something like prostate milking and like things that
who invented that? Who came up with calling it that?
was there like a doctor.
That person should be killed too. That's terrible. Don't call it milking. No one's gonna milk me.
It's science. It's biology. Like your prostate will cause that if you milk it.
Stop. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Now you're just trying to bother me.
It's science. I'm just saying.
It's not science.
It is science.
Leave it alone.
This is not some.
No, it's supposed to push your cum and your pee out.
Yeah,
That's what your prostate's for. But don't be milking it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
It's science.
But there's something you could do that enhances it. The milking.
I don't need enhancing. I like regular.
But
I'm good with regular. As long as I get to put it in, I'm like, this isn't bad.
No, but I'm saying if there's something.
No,
that
I don't
you
need milk.
That your wife
Milk
could
is
do
for babies.
that would make it better. Like I've heard that
Milk
it's
is for
better.
babies.
Like, don't we want better?
I do want better,
Yeah,
but you
okay,
think
well-
I'm going to get Andrea to put a finger up my butt after what she knows about my prostate now?
You had her look at your butt and things for medical problems. She'll do
looking at
anything
it,
for you.
manipulating it is different.
She'll do anything for you.
She will go to hell for me.
She's
I think
brought-
she will go to hell
You
for
know
me.
how many mornings
You want to hear what happened
she
today?
brought you a Mountain
We
Dew
get
every
into-
morning.
You said you were fighting earlier.
We were fighting all day today. I'll tell you why we're fighting. So,
All right.
Okay, so we got a huge fight.
Huge fight?
A huge fight. It started
You
last
say
night.
huge fight, but she's always bringing you Mountain Dews. Like when my wife's pissed, she's pissed for days. You don't even talk to me. I get her silent treatment.
I don't even know. I don't know what to say. So we were fighting about because we have Dansby, the West Highland Terrier, and he was getting groomed, and she wants him to have the full Westy cut.
Yep.
Where he has the skirt and he has like a poof, like a waterfall of hair all around, and then it poofs out his ass, and then he has like the Westy jowls and everything.
You don't want that.
Well, I'm okay. I love that. I love that dog. I love that look. But it's just we live in Florida, for Christ's sake. You're killing this dog. Cut him like a sweet little teddy bear cut. And then leave his face like a Westie, but cut him like a little teddy bear. And then she was like, she didn't want that. And then Maisie ganged up on me, and she didn't want that either. And then they're yelling at me. And I'm
So
like,
wait, this is your big
and
fight?
I'm like, come on, get this done. And then
It's
I'm
crazy.
like, do this.
You want me to tell you how to end this
And
one?
then I told
Here,
my
let me
wife-
show you. Who cares? Just
No,
go
I
wherever
care.
you want.
I want my, and then we got to another fight about because I want his. There's this guy that moved into our neighborhood in the apartments. He's got 2 schnauzers, and he started having the schnauzers get their feet and the tips of their ears colorized with special vegetable dye for dogs. And I'm like, well, fuck you walking in front of my house with your dogs, like standing in front of my pumpkin display showing off your dog. So the lady asked Andrea if Dansby wanted any color on his tips of his ears, and I said yes, and Andrea left without getting the tips dyed. And I was like, what the fuck? And Andrea's like, I don't want to get his tips dyed. And I was like, I want his tips dyed. That's my boy. And I want his ears to be blue. And like now he has blue ears. She took him back. She made a special trip back.
Hold on, you made her take her.
I made her.
Hold on,
I made her.
This sounds like you say fight. This sounds like a monster.
I made her
yelling at their spouse.
I would not. I would not relent. And I said, "You take him."
And then you say, "Give me a Mountain Dew on your way back."
I did. No, I didn't say that. But I said, "You take him back to Canine Glamour Club, and you let Dr. Kim." Professor
Wait,
Kim,
a doctor?
Professor Kim at Canine Glamour Club.
She went to doctorate school to dye dogs.
Well, that's what you
ears?
call her, and you call her Professor Kim, and so she could get his his ears. So now he has blue ears.
Oh my god! I want to beat your dog.
And I'm going to shut these fucking schnauzers down. Once Dansby and I get out there, and then I'm gonna get an outfit that's blue too, so we match, and then I'm gonna look like Travis Kelce.
Ridiculous. How is this possible? You live this life.
I'll be dead soon. Little old men and little peepee dogs. That's what you do. That's what you get into.
Bussecker, what's on this week's Bungalow in the Bus?
Actually, we have Mo on because Brendan's out of town. He went to Rhode Island for vacation. I don't know.
Rhode Island?
Yeah. Yeah, and so Mo and Mike, I don't know if you know Mike from Bungalow,
Love
we
Mike.
all did it together. So,
Mike's awesome.
Yeah, we hung out. We actually hung out at the DeWitt Law office and did the show.
And so that'll be tonight's episode?
Tonight, on Friday, yeah.
Awesome.
8 o'clock, Real Radio.
Very cool.
And if you want to listen to Semantics, I'm sure she's going to be recording.
Yeah, live from Fest.
Live from Fest.
Yeah, they
so you have
already
that.
plugged that they'll be doing some live from Fest shows. So if you subscribe, if you don't, you should, and that way you'll be notified when those fun Semantics Fest shows appear.
Also, at the Orlando Science Center, they're opening up their observatory tours, their
November
VIP
10th?
tours. Yeah, November 10th. Here's the easiest way to book them. Go to groups at osc.org and just email them and say, hey, I want to
They'll get back to you.
Be on this VIP tour. I got my group together. And if you mention Tom and Dan, you get $25.
And I know we've said this before, and some people are like, oh, yeah, but no, like looking in that telescope and like actually seeing a planet, like it does something to your brain. Like it's kind of.
I've never done it there, so I need to go check it out.
It's so cool. It's just like when you see it and you realize that you're not looking at your TV or looking at your computer or phone, but you see that you're actually using a scientific device to really look at the planet. I don't know. There's something way different about it.
They have a professional with you explaining everything. It's a cool process. Anyway, so check that out.
Absolutely.
And we will see you on Monday.
Yeah, bye, guys.
See ya.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.